Goddamn, guys. Goddamn.
There it is. There it is, man. What is going on, everybody? How's everybody doing here today for yet again, man, another edition of the news? Thank you guys, as always, for joining us here today. Really appreciate you guys popping in, joining us earlier today than usual. Earlier than usual today, man. We really appreciate the fuck out of you guys, man. Whether you guys are here now or whether you guys are a part of the Replay Mafia, then that just means you guys get it earlier on all platforms. So, yes, thank you guys so very much for joining us. Me and Sir K have some special business to attend to tonight. With one of our good buddies. So we appreciate you guys, man. We appreciate you guys popping in, joining us a little bit earlier for honestly what is a pretty big week of news in terms of variety of stories. There's definitely a big variety of stories to go over today. And it's actually a decent mix of WWE and AEW. We're going to start you guys off with the WWE stuff, and we're going to end you guys with AEW, man. So, with that being said, if this is your first time watching, you guys do not know how the show works. Every Monday, we are on here with NHP Unscripted after Monday Night Raw, and every Friday at 3 p.m. Central, we are on here with the news. Speaking of that, if you guys did miss this past Monday's edition of Unscripted, WWE has lost the plot with Roman Reigns and CM Punk, which is actually a hot take in the IWC. I feel like the IWC is very split on that situation. I feel a lot of people were I did see a lot of people in the boat that we were in of kind of what fucking match are we building here? And other people liked it, man, which I can say I'm glad their fan base is enjoying it. I mean, it sucks half of your fan base doesn't, but at the end of the day, you can't please everybody. But I mean, that's a good takeaway, I guess. At least some people do enjoy this whole thing. But yeah, it was a lot more people liked it than I thought. That again, that's coming from me. I'm kind of sitting on the side where don't really understand why this is being built around Jey Uso, which actually, funny enough, with that whole situation, I kept seeing the point everybody was bringing up of, the contrast of now Jay's calling the shots and how, Roman's listening to Jay now and how people fuck with that story. I get that you see the contrast there, but
it's all there is to that.
But why is that even the story? Like what has Jay done to I mean, what has he done to really, get a chokehold on the tribal chief status to the point where fucking Roman Reigns would take his orders? That doesn't really make much sense to me. I mean, what has he done? Botch a neck breaker? I mean, what is he thrown another super kick? He's done a spear? I mean, what has Jey Uso done to really warrant, Roman Reigns to be listening to his calls? That's just, I don't understand it, but listen, I'm not going to knock on the people that do enjoy it. If you do enjoy it, I'm glad you're enjoying it. But me as a viewer, I got questions, bruh. I do.
Yeah, good. It's good if you're enjoying it, man. It is, but I'm not personally. I think it's fucking horrible. I saw the little Jimmy Fallon thing they were doing with Roman, and like, it's just so sad that they have to de facto into your old story and shit, and it's just so lame, man. From everything I've seen and everything that we talked about with the news and whatnot, Phil's not doing his case justice with this one, man. But
Hey,
we'll see how it goes closer to Mania, man.
chill out, bro. You hold on. You're you're in hot water on TikTok for calling him Phil.
Do they think it's corny that I call him Phil?
I don't even really remember. It was something like I don't know. There was some dude. I don't know. I guess he thought he was like your great uncle or something. He was trying to give you like fatherly advice on the situation. He said it was something along the lines of like, I didn't know we were at the point to call him Phil. We should be calling him by his his name, the name we know him by, or something like that. It's on. It was the shorts, my shorts that came out Tuesday. Something.
I gotta see this.
Yeah, it was funny, man. It cracked me up. I do not look. I really don't look at comments. I just don't put my energy into just people that, I mean, hey, if you comment, you comment. Well, you can comment whatever you want, man. You can truly comment whatever you want. I'm never gonna be the softy. I'll look at some of them. I do laugh at some of them, but at the end of the day, I'm not the person, on Twitter all day just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, or the person just looking at TikTok comments, asking for approval of people I don't know. But I did happen to look at a couple the past couple days, and they do kind of crack me up sometimes. I even like them. I wonder if these people see that I like their hate comments, because some of them are funny to me. They kind of are, but
Still didn't know we were at that level to not call him by what we know him
yeah,
as, CM Punk.
yeah,
Wait,
you're in hot trouble. You're in hot trouble. You're in hot water, dude. You're
I'm in hot trouble, man.
Yeah,
Let's
he's in
get it.
big hot trouble with the IWC, bro.
It's actually funny because from my comment section lately, everything I've seen, they actually agree with us from my comment section that I
That's
see.
good. That's good. I guess I just got
Which is
the. I guess
cool
I got the
contrast.
toxic ones. Yeah.
Yeah, you get the goobers, but it's okay.
Yeah. Hey, you win some, you lose some, bro. Um,
Exactly.
but also want to I do want to give an apology to our manager Logan. We have, for the first time ever, we have accepted his time off request. He did request, he requested some time off, man. He's got a lot of points, but he did request some time off. Normally we deny him, but we did accept him because Manager Logan is live. So we do apologize because we accidentally counter programmed Manager Logan. However, I do get his stream running here, so I'm hooking my boy up with some watch hours. I do got his stream running. I'm watching my guy play Crimson Desert. So he's having a blast. And it's genuinely a great watch. So if you guys want to watch somebody who's genuinely very knowledgeable on video games, very knowledgeable on a lot of things, very knowledgeable on video games, man, go watch my guy Manager Logan, man. He is live now, so he has been playing Crimson Desert again. So so we do apologize for accidentally counter programming Manager Logan, bro. We just had some stuff we had to take care of tonight, man. So we do apologize. But go show my guy some love. So Tom brings up a good point. He says, I'll call him CM Punk when he turns back to Punk, not whoever the fuck this is. Well, this guy, Tom, you sound so hateful, man. This guy's just, isn't it great to be alive on a fucking Friday night in Chicago, man? Isn't it great? Man, isn't it?
Moment from the rest of this week, man. That might have been the worst CM Punk promo I've ever seen. That was horrible, man. Talking about I don't come out here begging for validation, and then he just hits his fucking catchphrase.
Hits the cheap pop catchphrase, bro.
Like,
And bro,
come on.
man, I hate this dude because I love CM Punk, bro. I love CM Punk. I hate this so much, bro. But it's just like, man, it's just like it's giving me a little late AEW vibes, man, where it's just kind of frustrating. He don't want to mention shit. He's getting upset with, lines are getting cut. He's getting upset with people, and we're just getting these very just, basic, the father line in hindsight is kind of reminded me. Do you remember when he came out when Adam Page was not at that one show and he called him out knowing he wasn't going to come out, and everybody was like, bro, that kind of makes Hangman look weak, but like he's not even here to defend himself. It's kind of what the father line feels like a little bit in hindsight. I gotta say.
It's true, man. That is true. Maybe Phil goes off a honeymoon phase kind of thing where he likes to be in a place for a certain period and then he just doesn't like to be there anymore. So who knows, man? Who knows how Phil operates, man? I don't think he knows how he's operating, man. But speaking of Tom, bro, thanks for that shout out at the beginning. Thank you, bro. Thank you for being here, bro. It has been great talking to you.
Bro, absolutely. Yes, absolutely. I was gonna get to that, but yes, Sir K, Sir K's absolutely correct, man. Sir, Tom, hey brother, I really appreciate the kind words, and likewise, bro. You are it's always nice it's always nice adding people to the NHP family, man. We love all you guys, truly we love all you guys, man, for real. And I appreciate the kind words, and likewise, bro. It's always nice to talk to like-minded wrestling fans and just chop it up with some shit that we all just genuinely enjoy, bro. So right back at you, bro. You are absolutely a real motherfucker, bro. So we appreciate you,
Cool, bro.
man. We appreciate you being here. Um, Tom says he's starting to worry their match is going to be ass. Okay, so I don't think the match is going to be ass. However, there's a way the match can be ass. If they completely overbook this thing and have Jey Uso coming out there and, you know, trying to maybe command Roman to do shit, I have faith they're gonna put on a great match. I feel like there's no way they can't put on a great match. But then again, at the end of the day, we all thought Cody Rhodes and John Cena last year at WrestleMania was gonna be a fucking banger. It ended up being a banger at SummerSlam, but you know, there's always the chance in WWE things can be overproduced. Now, overproducing can be a good thing. Obviously, you look at like WrestleMania 40, you know, main event, for example, that was an overproduced masterpiece. However, there's a lot of, again, look at the Mania main event from last year. That was overly thought out, overly produced, undercared for, Rock. Um, there, you know, rest assured, but not completely. I think they're going to put on a great match, but again, there's always the chance WWE thinks, you know, maybe we can have Jay come out there and maybe we can have, you know, do a end WrestleMania with the old bloodline standing tall. There's multiple different things they can do, which again, I love me the OG bloodline, bro, but I mean, bruh, we're not gonna recreate the magic. At the end of the day, look at our guy Fetty Wap, bro. Sometimes you just can't create the magic. You can't recreate the magic, dog. But regardless, I really went off on a tangent there, bro. But yes. Moral of the story: Unscripted is available for you guys on all platforms, man. But also, if you guys have not got a chance to get your hands on the brand new slept on design on the NHP merch shop, you guys can now find this beautiful masterpiece live on there as we speak, man. You got the new slept on design as well as all the other designs available for you guys live now on the merch shop. Again, that is bonfire.com. Link is at the top of the description of this very video, man. And with that being said, if this is your first time watching and you guys do not know who we are here at NHP, I am Johnny, one half of the host of this very show. And as for the other half, we got my man Sir K here. Sir K, go ahead. Let the people know what it is you are smiling about today.
Smiling here with you guys. It's gonna be a good day, man. And yeah, man, I'm excited for SmackDown. Definitely, man. Aren't you? Aren't you excited for Jelly Roll and Kit Wilson one-on-one? Aren't you pumped?
The time for
Or
talking is over.
Rhea Ripley calls out B-Fab and Meechin tonight.
What?
Yeah, yeah.
This is
It's
why
gonna be rough. Man.
this is why I don't look at the SmackDown run sheet, bro. This is
Oh, I love
exactly
looking at
why.
the run sheet. I love looking at the SmackDown run sheet because it's just bullshit every fucking week, man. But real quick, back to what Tom was saying, man. Um, I think the match will be good up until the end. It's gonna be a good match, and then the ref bump happens, and then the second the ref bump happens, the match is gonna go downhill from there. That's what I feel like it's gonna happen. It's gonna be a good match. Ref goes down, all hell's gonna break loose. We're gonna see the Usos. We're gonna see Solo in the black hoodie again. It's gonna be a rough show, man. It's gonna be rough, man. But I'm doing good, man. Like Toronto always asks, how's life? How's the family? Life's good, family's good. How is everybody doing in the live chat? How's everyone doing watching the replay? What about you, bro? How are you doing?
I I am doing pretty good, man. I am doing pretty good. Yeah, honestly, just chilling, bro. Let's see. Your boy, well, kind of mentioned it on Monday, I think. Finished Resident Evil 9. It was great. Started the Resident Evil 2 remake, finally, after it's got to be close to a year now, where I've had that thing downloaded on my system and just never played it. The Resident Evil 2 remake going pretty good. I've thoroughly enjoyed it, but also been enjoying the Sugar Rush promotion on Madden. So that's been fun, bro. I got to tell you guys. So I'm doing a big team rebuild right now. I think I built up like 2.5 million MUT coins, bro. I threw this fucking Matt Stafford card up there. Matt Stafford was my quarterback for a minute now, and I threw this card up there, bro. I want to say, goes for like 550 to 600K. I threw that motherfucker up there for 750 last night. And I was like, you know what? If he sells, he sells. But, I'll just throw him up to see if I can get this amount of coins for him. That motherfucker sold, bro. I threw up a Hail Mary, and that motherfucker sold this morning. I logged into mutt.gg, and I looked at the active auctions, and it said sold 749,000 coins, bro. I was pumped, dog. I was fucking pumped. But yeah, man. So other than that, I'm pretty good. I gotta say, bro, last night, Sir K, we listened to an album. Me and Sir K listened to an album together. It was the Xavier album by Fetty Wap, bro. It was his first album post jail release. And I gotta say, man, I'm thoroughly unimpressed. Okay. The album, I was not a fan. Now, I get it. There's been a lot of Fetty Wap albums that come out, and they obviously just don't hit the same, bro. But bruh, Fetty, bro, we're glad you're out. We still love you, bro. But you gotta sing the old shit still. You got to, bro.
Yeah, for real, man. He's a goat for real. He really is. I love him. Dude's goated. But he's gotta stick to what works, man. And for me, that album just didn't work, man. It just didn't. I was so sad and disappointed listening to that shit. I had to cleanse my palate with some old Fetty Wap.
Oh, I
And
immediately went to my old Fetty Wap shit, bro.
immediately put on RGF Island. Had to immediately.
I think
man.
I went to Time.
I get it. I get it. Because
Man,
they disappointed me, man. That really did, man. So work on another one, man, and go crazy on this next one, bro. Please.
gone are the days of loading up SoundCloud to listen to Trap Queen in school, or I remember our middle school. You know how they blocked like YouTube and like you couldn't listen to music and shit, but like SoundCloud was available. The only song they had on there, because they eventually took Trap Queen off, the only song I could listen to during 8th period computer class in 7th or 8th grade, whatever it was Go Hard Boys. And bro, I listened to that thing ad nauseum, dude. I had that fucking thing on repeat, bro. It's a banger. It's an absolute banger, bro. But listen, I seen people in his comment section talking about, bro, you cooked with this. You cooked with this album. Bro, stop fucking lying to that man, dog. Stop lying to that man. Stop it.
You gotta let him down easy. You know what I mean? You gotta tell the truth at the end of the day.
100%. Now, again, he's one of my favorite artists of all time, bro. But man, that was a rough listen, bro. They were hyping this one up big. They were hyping this one up big, dog, and man, I was
They
thoroughly disappointed.
didn't.
Thoroughly.
I was thoroughly disappointed, man. Most of those features were absolutely horrible. Man, a lot of those features sucked. Wiz was good. Wiz was part in that side, and
Very
so
good.
Wiz was good.
That was good.
And other than that, I just did not care for it, man. It just thoroughly disappointed me. It was not the vibe, it was not the flow, not the beats that I was looking for, man.
Which is crazy, bro, because remember a couple years ago when Fetty was just like recording like features to songs that he wasn't actually in and they were fire as fuck. Like
Also fire. He's got the Rockstar feature that never dropped. That's a fire one.
the
He's
Ransom
got
with Tekka and Juice
Rain.
World, bro. That one is tough,
That
dude.
one goes crazy, bro. Like that's the kind of flow I was expecting, man.
Yes, bro.
Man, it was disappointing, man. I was so sad. I was so heartbroken. I haven't
Man.
been this heartbroken since October, man. That shit broke my
Oh
heart.
fuck. Man. Yeah, it's a that's a big deal. It's a big deal, man. Um, but um, but yeah, man. Other than that, bro, I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good. As for you guys, as Toronto always asks, I'm good. Family's good. What about you, Toronto, Logan, Bell, Manager Logan, my guy Tom? How are you guys doing in the chat? Thank you guys for being here as always. And again, shout out Tom, bro. Thank you for the kind words, man. I really appreciate you, bro. Um, so WWE. WWE, bro. Let's start you guys with some WWE stuff. Starting off, you see it in the thumbnail, man. Gunther. We got this news about Gunther, bro. Tom,
What's up, brother?
Tom says Tom says we got this ass smackdown coming up.
Bro, I was dead ass just looking at the run. Hold on, let me read you guys off this SmackDown run sheet real quick. So we
Okay.
got Randy Orton talking. That's
Okay.
good. I'm
Okay.
down for that.
Yep.
We have Alexa and Charlotte versus the Bella Twins tonight. We have Julia and Tiffany. That's a good match.
Okay.
We have the time for talking is done. Jelly Roll and Kit Wilson
It's
one on
over.
one.
Time's done.
After last week's chaos, Nick Aldis will provide an update on Jacob Fatu and Drew McIntyre tonight, and
After
that's
they
what we
fell
got
off
so
the
far.
building.
Yeah, I don't know what he's gonna say. They fucking fell off the. He's gonna go out there and be like, "Yeah, they fell off the
They
building.
fell.
They're pretty fucked up."
Yeah, I got it. Sorry, guy. If you guys didn't watch the show last week, oh, everybody's got their hands on top of their fucking head like they just fell off a skyscraper. Oh,
If you've been keeping up with, this is gonna sound hilarious. I don't know if you've been keeping up with these random ass main event matches they post. This shit kills me every time, man. This
I
shit
just
does.
seen one. It was like, I can't even remember what it was, bro. I
Was
did
it
just see one of those.
Ray Phoenix versus Apollo Cruz?
Yeah,
Is
it
what
was
that is?
that one. What was the other one?
The other one is Dragon Lee versus Brooks Jensen.
That was oh, Dragon Lee and Brooks Jensen. I thought
Really
he
good
was
goal.
in the curd or the
The
curd
Curd.
the
The Curd.
the coal, right?
The
Isn't
Call.
isn't that their
The
name?
Call.
Yeah,
Is
the
that
calling. Yeah,
uh,
the
oh,
curd.
is that
The
the group with the super senior what's his name? Sean Spears.
yeah, Sean Spears, uh Izzy Dame, and Nico Vance. And isn't Tatum Paxley? No, they kicked her out. Nico
Kicked her out, I think.
Vance,
Nico
Sean
Vance,
Spears, and Izzy Dame. Yeah.
brother.
And
Oh
Brooks
God.
Jensen, the knockoff
Brooke.
Jack Perry.
He is a knockoff Jack Perry.
Um yeah, I thought he was in the culling.
He probably is, man. Who knows? They just be putting random shit on main event, dude.
Indeed.
Fucking dude. What is funny though? Before every episode of WWE television, you will always see the clip of the main event entrance of Royce Keys. It is hilarious. It cracks me up every time.
Every week, bro. Every week.
Every week.
I see him, walking out there yelling, "Aye, aye." Wonderful.
You should have just took the Tony Khan money, man. I can't believe I'm saying that.
At
How
this
do you
point,
fuck it up this bad already? It's been like 2 months, 3 months.
I don't know, but I have a feeling what they're gonna do, and we'll get to that because
Excited.
actually do have news on our buddy Royce. However, our guy Gunther is I tell you, he's seen more certain days or more certain paths to mania, I can say. According to WrestleVotes, Gunther is reportedly expected to have a substantial role at WrestleMania 42 despite his recent absence. He was originally set to face Rey Mysterio at the show, but Rey Mysterio is now currently injured, which leaves Gunther's path to WrestleMania uncertain.
That was substantial. how, how is it uncertain and substantial at the same time? Then those kind of correlate. They don't really correlate.
Um, to be quite honest with you guys, bro, uh, I don't believe this at all. I don't think Gunther is set for a substantial role at all. I think his substantial role was the role that they had him pegged in for against Rey Mysterio. And now that went away. So the substantial role here is I don't believe that for a second. Okay, again, I think his substantial role was Rey Mysterio, and now that's gone. So where that leaves Gunther, in uncertainty. I could tell you whatever they have for him is bullshit because again, it was probably created on the fly. Honestly, at this point, you you got to just pull a Tony Khan with Gunther. And what I mean by that is you got no story. So you, at this point, might as well just put Gunther in a random match. Obviously, it's going to be random at this point because we're so close to WrestleMania. You have to just put him in a random match that you know is going to pay off with an absolute banger at WrestleMania. Now, there's a couple names you could do. You could obviously do Dragunov, but something tells me WWE wants to keep building that. Which as they should, but they should have started building to that already, in my honest opinion, outside of the one brief stare down we got. One thing you could do with Gunther at WrestleMania, I think would be great, and I think it would result in a banger. Also helps out the other guy because he doesn't really have a spot at WrestleMania, is LA Knight. I think LA Knight and Gunther would be a great match. Or the other option, honestly, the route I think they're probably going to go is Seth Rollins, which is a banger. That's going to be a banger match. And I guess it does, again, kind of make sense. Again, it's random, but at the end of the day, bro, we can't really ask for story at this point with Gunther. You should have had something you should have had something months ago when you fucking figured out, hey, we want this guy to retire John Cena and AJ Styles in the span of 2 months. You should have known that you should have had something way bigger than, and no disrespect to Rey, you should have had something way bigger than Rey Mysterio for WrestleMania. But at the end of the day, or again, Rollins makes sense. You could have you could do the I mean, it doesn't make sense, but it makes sense at the same time. You could play the whole story of Paul Heyman seeks out Gunther to end Seth Rollins' career, type of thing. That's kind of the only thing you have now at this point. But at the end of the day, your main focus with Gunther, just put him in something is going to result in a banger. You got nothing else.
You might as well. That's why I like the LA Knight proposition. I am down for the Seth proposition. I think that's the best emergency match you could do. Obviously, Seth has really nothing to do. Even Braun might make it. He might not. Might as well just let him fucking rest up until after Mania and just do the Gunther match there, man. Either of those two I like. some fans were posting the history making graphic of ISHO Speed versus Gunther.
The Speed
You know,
Invitation.
the Speed Invitational, man. You know, he was cursed, so you know maybe that's gonna be the end of the curse, man. Um, you know, maybe. But overall I like Gunther and Seth, or I like Gunther and LA Knight, man. Like you said, don't know why Ray was his match in the first place. Like, again, no disrespect to Ray, but this man retired John Cena, and you just had him on a random match with Ray to attempt to retire Ray when it should be Ray Stun retiring him in the first place. I think you had the perfect layup to do Gunther and Cody, as he fucking retired Cody's hero. And you got the perfect layup for that, but they won't do that, man. And I'm sure we're gonna get either Gunther and Seth or Gunther and Knight. More likely, I think Gunther and Seth, which will be a good match. I'll be cool with, man. It's just sad that we have to do all this in the first place just to get Gunther a match on Mania.
Yes. The thing is too, again, him, um what was I saying? Oh, this whole jazz about him having a substantial role. So you mean to tell me he has a substantial role at WrestleMania and he hasn't been on the show in 3 weeks. He hasn't been on the show. He hasn't been on Monday Night Raw in 3 weeks, and we are less than a month away from the pay-per-view. We are 3 weeks exactly, 21, 22 days, some odd days away from WrestleMania. And you mean to tell me that it's coming out that he has a substantial role, but he's not on the show less than a month to go from the pay-per-view? And just again, that's why I'm saying at this point, you just got to Tony Khan it. And obviously the two names I would bring up are Gunther, or the two names I would bring up for Gunther are LA Knight and Seth Rollins, which again, one of those is all really depending on if Braun Breaker is able to go or not. So, which if Braun is, then again, the Seth thing is obviously out the window, but you still got LA Knight, who has nothing to do for WrestleMania. Triple H Triple H would probably love to, attempt to put LA Knight's career in the dumps.
Oh, now, let's do it. Let's do it, man. You know, Tom, Tom says in the comments, I'm still have the sense that WWE didn't think AJ would retire at the Raw. That is probably true. They're saying that Ray is his main plan. I think Ray was the backup plan, and you know AJ was the OG plan for
I can see that.
WrestleMania. And obviously, AJ was like, fucking Mania's worthless now. I just want to retire already. Which he's goaded for that, man. He truly is goaded for that.
WrestleMania has lost his luster, bro.
I mean, he's not fucking wrong, man.
Not at all.
And you know what, Tom? I actually think that's really true. I think that was like the first domino effect for somehow Gunther not being on TV in 3 weeks. That was like the first domino falling.
So here's the thing. Me and Sir K are hardcore wrestling fans. And we are obviously coming to you from a place of, wanting to see the best for Gunther at WrestleMania. There's a story in here, and we're going to talk about it right now, that does scare me as to what exactly they will have Gunther involved with, or who they will have him involved with come WrestleMania, because according to Bodyslam.net, sources indicate that discussions have taken place regarding ISHO Speed making an appearance at WrestleMania. There's another story in here about another celebrity, and WWE seems to know this guy very well. I think they think he's a ballerina. According to Uncle Dave, WWE and Tom Brady are in talks, but the two sides have yet to reach a deal over a possible WrestleMania 42 appearance. From what I have been told, they're in negotiations with Tom Brady, but there is absolutely not a deal at this point for Tom Brady. So it could happen, but it also couldn't. Thanks, Dave. Obviously,
I love Dave.
Logan Paul and Tom Brady are working. I mean, everyone knows they're working an angle. I mean, I think people have seen that coming in. There,
Mhm.
there,
Yeah.
there, there could be something in some form at WrestleMania. It would not be a surprise. And what they did in the football game was clearly to build to it. Just just as all the talk of Tom Brady cutting down pro wrestlers and the wrestlers responding, that is all storyline. That's not like Tom Brady's a dick and he doesn't respect pro wrestling. Dave, you could have simplified the fuck out of that, but I'm going to let you slide because you're Uncle Dave. So, not Tom Brady so much, but with obviously getting the sense that, this is obviously very obvious, but WWE loves their celebrities for WrestleMania, and they want all these celebrities to make appearances. Gunther is the guy that is, very pro wrestling. He's very, he's just for in between those ropes. That is very much his character. Knowing WWE, it does scare me a little bit. Obviously, knowing that they're, no surprise here, wanting, a lot of celebrities on the show. Who's to say WWE doesn't have Gunther pull a WrestleMania segment out of himself this year and do some sort of segment with, one of these celebrities that have been, disrespecting pro wrestling or anything like that, or maybe he's coming out to retire a celebrity from pro wrestling, some type of corny shit like that. Do you think there's, odds of that happening?
I could definitely see that, man. I could, as you said it, I could easily picture him out there saying he's had enough of these celebrities invading the company and his business and his mat, his ring, and then fucking Ice Show Speed shows up on the Tron, boom, hits the Trons, and we get an impromptu match. I could 100% see that type of shit, man. For Brady, I think he is kind of locked in with that whole Logan Paul shit. Literally, Logan Paul's gonna antagonize him ringside. He's gonna hop the barricade, hit him with a spear, and in theory, and Logan are gonna lose that match. That's what Brady's doing. Um, as for Speed, the Speed one scares me because I wouldn't be shocked if it ends up being Gunther related. Plus, again, I made a joke earlier, but they could take the whole Danhausen curse Speed, and he cursed him right into Gunther's hands, and all that shit, man. So. I could easily see some roundabout fuckery like that.
Yeah, I could very well see that. Well, Gunther, I'm sorry, bro. Your mat was sacred, and then they slapped a Slim Jim logo right in the middle of it, brother. They slapped a Riyadh season logo smack dab in the middle of it. However, all jokes aside, yeah, I don't know. I did kind of get that thought a little bit when I seen this story of like, Gunther's got nothing to do. They want all these celebrities on the show. Who's to say Gunther doesn't say, he kills careers, so he's going to, finally kill Speed's wrestling career or do some type of corniness with a celebrity. As for Brady, the thing with Brady and Logan is so weird because Logan's a heel on television and you're bringing somebody in who's been, running the storyline of they're cutting down pro wrestling. So like you're obviously not making him a liked character on the show either. So that doesn't make much sense to me at all, which, according to commentary, Tom Brady, he just has no idea what any physicality feels like, as if this fucking guy didn't line up against the Legion of Boom or the fucking or the or fucking Sean Taylor. Sean Taylor, my favorite fucking one of my favorite defensive players of all time, one of the hardest hitting motherfuckers in the league, or again, may I say it twice, Brady lined up against the Legion of Boom in Seattle, but Tom Brady he's got he has no idea what any physicality feels like.
Exactly. Has no clue, man. He didn't fucking play football in an era where they didn't even know what CTE was yet.
Yes.
But he don't know physicality, man. He doesn't at all, man.
No.
Um, but yeah, uh, my takeaway with that is like, are wrestling fans even gonna care about what he said? Because at the end of the day, he's a celebrity. Everyone knows Tom Brady. He's gonna get a pop when they fucking show him ringside. So you might as well just run the angle as Logan Paul is the heel, because at the end of the day, who's actually? I think they realize that no one actually has paid attention to like or invested in the whole Tom Brady talk down on wrestling. No wrestling fan. I literally didn't. I've never seen a single tweet. Talking shit back kayfabe wise, in a way to Tom Brady. So they might as well just drop that whole angle and just let Logan Paul heal it up because there's no purpose to keeping that angle. It's worthless, dude. Who cares?
Yes.
Who cares about him disrespecting wrestling? It's such a work that it's disgusting.
Uh,
You know what I mean?
it's such a PR stunt that it's such a PR
Who
stunt. It's
cares?
like the only people that I've seen genuinely respond to this is talent.
Yeah.
That's
It's fucking Seth. Of course, Seth, that company stooge, chiming in. He don't know whatever Seth said. You know how it is. It's just company work. It's lame. It's sad.
yeah. Yeah. No, 100%. 100%. But yeah, no, that's absolutely the case too. And then I kind of mentioned it on Monday, they're going to be in Vegas. Brady is a owner of the Vegas Raiders. So, I'm sure at the end of the day, he'll get a pop regardless and
He will.
you know, heckle Logan Paul or whatever the case may be. But yeah, up until then, we're just gonna have to deal with WWE, acting as if Tom Brady doesn't know what physicality is. He's a
Like he's a soccer player.
dude. They're legitimately acting like he's like some bank teller or like he has a he he's been working at the fucking public aid office his whole life. I mean, what are we talking about, man? God.
Horrible, man.
But yeah, Tom Brady, bro. Um, but yeah, so that is the news on Speed and Tom Brady and what they got going on for WrestleMania. So speaking of WrestleMania, we kind of just talked about the subject when we talked about Rollins a little bit, but Braun Breaker. According to PW Insider, Braun Breaker is reportedly expected to be at the Performance Center next week as a part of the process to be cleared for an in-ring return. Well, that's very fast. I could if he really is good to go, then that's amazing news for Braun. I can definitely say that. That's amazing news for Braun if he is really good to go. Then I'm happy for him. And again, who's to say Braun isn't a freak of nature and got back in record time? I mean, he's a pretty jacked dude, so I could see it. But at the end of the day, I just really hope WWE isn't rushing him back. I hope Braun isn't rushing himself back. Again, hernias are very serious, but if they're already clearing him for an in-ring return, then he must have made some very, very, significant progress in this whole thing. So hopefully, man, but again, I hope everybody's just looking out for his health first and foremost.
Exactly. It'd be cool. I mean, it'd be impressive, but they should really take health first. They shouldn't really be pressuring people like they kind of seem like they are to be back as fast as possible. And just the culture of wrestling right now for these wrestlers is very damaging to the body. And if he makes it back, good for him. He's a freak of nature. But I just hope he's good and healthy, man. That's all I care for.
Yes, so the
I'll have a
early
million more manias.
exactly. Hernias in sports at the very shortest can take 4 to 6 weeks, but normally they're 6 to 12 weeks. So again, it's not completely out of the realm of possibility. Again, I just hope that, you know, we're not, pressuring to get him back on something where, again, it's like if Braun doesn't make it, it's not like there's nothing for Rollins to do. You could easily do the Gunther match. You could easily do an LA Knight match.
Yeah.
You know, that doesn't really make much sense, but point in case, there's people available. If you really needed a match with Seth Rollins, you could throw him against people. Again, first and foremost, the Gunther match. But at the end of the day, if he's good to go, then I'm glad for him. But again, it's really not the end of the world if he can't make it. But
No.
but I mean, hey man, I really, you know how WWE is though, bro. You know how WWE is, because Tom says we're 3 weeks away from Mania and he's just now going to the PC. I believe Rollins did the same thing for WrestleMania 40, bro. He could not get in anything physical until about 3 weeks before the show, where they just started having him get physical again, bro. So it's not out of the realm of possibility for WWE to be like, if they're good to go, 3 weeks before the show, then, that's better than nothing. So I feel, especially too, if WWE knows somebody will be fine by then, they will absolutely. And again, too, with those stares from Paul Heyman on Monday, bro, I just really see, I really see Braun making it back, and I feel like they're confident Braun will make it back, because see, he got hurt. Let's see. He got hurt. He got hurt in early February. So we are at about the 6-week point now for Braun Breaker to be back. So I feel by the time Mania comes out, that'll be 7, 8. By the time Mania is here, he will have been hurt for 9 weeks. So I feel like they're very confident that he will be back in time for WrestleMania, which, again, just prioritize the guy's health. That's all I can fucking ask. If he's really good to go, then obviously, then he's good to go. But man, don't do no shady shit, bro, cuz again, that's how you take years off people's careers.
Exactly, and that's that. I hope he truly is healthy if he is coming back that fast, and I hope everything just works out for his health.
For sure. So, more Mania stuff. Jacob Fatu and Drew McIntyre. Do you think these guys are gonna make it to WrestleMania, dude? They fell off a building, the way that
Off a building.
the way the way Nick Aldis was selling it, bro, you would have think they fucking fell off the Sears Tower. Yeah.
Again, they fell off some fucking 12-foot scaffolding onto a fucking crash pad, but they might not make it, man. They fell off a building.
It looked more like the Sears Tower to me.
It did, man. It did. Funniest part about that, kayfabe-wise, these two fell off like a 2-foot story drop, and I genuinely wouldn't be shocked if we see both of them tonight brawling.
Yeah, we probably will. We honestly probably will. They'll probably They'll probably run the gig where their like ribs are all taped up and shit, and commentary's trying to play it off like these guys aren't cleared to compete after falling off the Sears Tower last week, but yeah,
Bad angle they put these guys in, man. What the hell?
Terrible.
It gets worse.
Tom says the match isn't going to be long. I don't think they'll have a 15 to 20-minute match with him just getting back. See, that's the crazy thing, too. I would just save Braun for the night after WrestleMania, and I'm telling you why. And I'm going to tell you why. I'll save Braun for the night after WrestleMania because I would have Rollins face Gunther, even though again I won't be too mad with the Braun stuff because then LA Knight can get a match. But then again, at the end of the day, there's no guarantee LA Knight is going to get that match anyway. So if you do Rollins Gunther, I would probably have Rollins win that. The next the next night on Raw, I would bring Braun Breaker back to attack Rollins and kind of put Rollins in the dirt and kind of, I guess, kick that whole feud back up. But also, too, I would think about, imagine Tom Brady being on that show, right? And he humiliates Logan Paul, probably costs Logan Paul and Austin Theory whatever match they have. Are you really going to have Braun associated with that group on the same Mania card? You know, I would bring Braun back the night after, have him destroy Seth Rollins, and also kind of have him fucking... You could either have him just, you know, peacefully leave the Vision, or have him fucking spear both of those guys, too, and be like, what the fuck is this group? Since, like,
No, yeah.
me and Bronson left, and this fucking group went in the shitter. Like, I would do something like that, because, bro... You can't tell me Braun Breaker is going to be involved with that fucking group on the night they get humiliated by Tom Brady, a celebrity.
At the end of the day, bro, even the Tom Brady stuff or not, you can't put him back in the Vision, bro. The Vision is horrible now. Like, him and Reed were the only good things in the Vision. They were the vibe of the Vision, and, you know, that's gone. And obviously, Braun's going to return, but Reed's still going to be out for a period after that. And even with the Tom Brady, you know, interference and loss or whatever, or not, you can't have him associated with Logan Paul in Theory. Those two suck. Respectfully, that group is horrible. You can't have Braun Breaker. His character should never fucking be okay with hanging around with those two schmucks in his in his life, bro. He cannot. He's got to piece him up too, and that's why you wait till after Mania instead of just fucking rushing him to have a. What Tom mentions is probably just a fucking gonna be a 5 minute nothing match anyway on Mania. You know, obviously it gets him on the show, but like it's gonna be fucking 7 minutes of just stuff you could have waited for a longer period of time for a longer match in the future. But I would just have him return, just straight up return night after Mania, and do the things you said, attack Seth, and then peace out with the Vision. Because what the fuck is this? Even have him say, you know, me and Reed were running this shit. He's still gonna be gone. I'm not fucking with y'all. So like like you can't do that, man. So
Yeah.
I would actually very much like that, man. And I would like for Reed to come back. He whether you put them together or not, make those two general allies still, because that was a pairing that you should keep around in at least in your pocket, keep around.
100%. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, if you want to, you know, run the story where, you know, Braun is, you know, coming back to save Heyman, then that's fine. And if you want to keep Heyman with the Bronze, that's one thing. But even with that, we got to see something different from Paul, because the Heyman that I've been seeing lately, I've not liked. So if you're going to keep Heyman with Braun, you know, I wouldn't necessarily, you know, have him, you know, turn on Paul, but I would have him, you know, in storyline, tell Paul Heyman something along the lines of like, dude, like, cut the bullshit, man. You know, no more of this, you know, no more of this fucking, you know, bantering with Adam Pearce every week. Like, we don't got to argue with him, bro. This is our shit. We don't even got to speak to him. You know, that type of stuff. Or even at that, you don't even have to say anything in storyline, but like backstage, somebody got to address that character with him, bro. Because them segments where that Adam Pearce banter, it's just not good. It's not good. It makes Paul Heyman look like he's like flirting with him or something. They have such an odd fucking chemistry, man. Like, it's, from what I can remember in the Bloodline, Heyman and Nick Aldis had better chemistry. So I don't know if you got to move them to SmackDown or what the case is, or swap general managers. Get Paul Heyman away from Adam Pearce at that point, bro, because it's just not good. It's not good. So again, if you do want to keep the Bronze together or keep Braun with Heyman, that's one thing first and foremost you got to do. You got to switch up that character a little bit. You got to make Paul Heyman more devious. You got to make Paul Heyman. One thing I feel like I remember a lot from Paul Heyman in the Bloodline, bro, when he would speak to a GM, he would speak calmly. Nowadays, we see Heyman getting all worked up and, he's like yelling and fucking screaming and whining. Like when he was with the Bloodline, bro, he was wise. He came off wise. He came off cool, calm, collected. Nowadays, we see Paul Heyman, and he's yelling like a whiny brat to Adam Pearce. It's not good. It's just not good, man.
And if they really are planning to bring back the OG bloodline, and they are gonna keep division around, dude, their division would look like such schmucks
Oh,
in
you can't put
comparison
that,
and in
dude.
and that's the thing, like I feel like they're gonna try to do that at this
They
point. If they are, they're gonna try to do like a Vision versus Bloodline thing. And like, even as much as I don't want them to bring back the OG bloodline, they're gonna wash that horrible ass group. You're like, bro, come on. Like, if you had the bronze still, you might have a little bit of a chance, man. You put some serious people in there, but you got Logan Paul and Theory in there. Those are some jokes, bro.
do do you think what is the possibility WWE does something this year for War Games like the OG Bloodline versus like a group of enemies, like a group of frenemies, almost like a group of me and you always made the joke, but a group of I hate all you but I hate them more. I'm talking like, what about the Bronze, Rollins, CM Punk, LA Knight, a group like that? What are the odds of that? Obviously just spitballing. We've obviously, seen nothing like that up until this point, but what are the odds of that?
Honestly. Oh, I wouldn't be shocked in the slightest. That is the most WWE group ever is. Let's do the bloodline again, and let's have them face people that don't like the bloodline. Even if they don't like each other, they don't like the bloodline more. And that's what they're gonna do, man. I really wouldn't be shocked if that's gonna be what they do at War Games. I am dreading this whole year for WWE. This shit looks horrible.
Terrible.
Vision looks horrible. The return of the bloodline, I feel like it's gonna be really bad. I feel like they're gonna that those times when Vince would bring back the Shield. That's the kind of vibes I'm getting from this bloodline return. I'm scared, bro. This year about to be horrible, man.
Yeah, I'm genuinely frightened, bro. I'm genuinely frightened with you, dude. I'm I have little to no faith in Triple H at this point, bro. So yeah, I don't know. But going back to Jacob Fatu and Drew McIntyre, after falling off the Sears Tower, according to Self-Made Pro, WWE is planning to bring this rivalry into WrestleMania 42. Really?
Hey,
Really?
man,
Oh,
would
wow.
never guess that.
Man, yeah, I thought, being that they did fall off the Sears Tower, they were probably going to keep these guys out till SummerSlam, whoop de fucking do. Who thought that Fatu and Drew were going to be on Mania 42, man? I would have never guessed. But anyways, not just in a standard match, as these two will settle things inside Hell in a Cell at the Show of Shows. So sources close to the situation indicate that McIntyre and Fatu is set to take place inside Hell in a Cell.
You pissed away all the goodwill with that match, with the from the Punk and Drew match. You're just doing what you used to do. Bring it back because it's the match. You're not bringing it back because the feud. You're bringing it back for the match and to get buys on your pay-per-view. And brother, this does not require, this does not warrant. I don't even want to see one in general. Even if a feud low key warrants it, I still don't want to see Hell in a Cell for like another year and a half. And they're just gonna bring it back already, dude. They, they're never gonna learn with that match. They're never gonna learn with that match. They're too impatient.
So, on one hand, on one hand, you know, I can see on one no, I can't see. On one hand, I respect that they attempted to give these guys some sort of consolation prize because let's be honest, both of these guys should be involved in a WWE Championship match at WrestleMania the way they overly involved everybody. So, I mean, it's nice that it's like, hey, you guys get to do a Hell in a Cell match now, but let's assess the situation from from all angles here. Jacob Fatu and Drew McIntyre does not warrant a Hell in a Cell match. At the end of the day, bro, CM Punk and Drew McIntyre did. Yes. Is Jacob Fatu and Drew McIntyre anywhere on the level of that feud? No, it's not. It's not. This is generic, you cost me the title so I hate you feud. At the end of the day, it just doesn't warrant a fucking Hell in a Cell match. And what did I say? What did I say about WWE wanting to get the Hell in a Cell on the show because they feel that Hell in a Cell is an attraction and this is a way to get buys? I said that ver-fucking-batim when we went over the story of WWE wanted to do Roman versus Cody in Hell in a Cell. I said the only reason they wanted Hell in a Cell on that show is because they feel that the way to get people to buy tickets to WrestleMania isn't lowering the prices or putting on better television. It's because people want to see the structure and the girth and the size and the width and the height of the structure. That's what they think. What they don't fucking understand is they needed to protect the structure that a year and a half ago they understood perfectly.
Exactly, dude. They understood it a year and a half ago, and they were gonna piss it all away with just putting it for fucking Roman and Cody, and now they're really gonna piss it all away by just putting it for Drew and McIntyre. And like Tom says, bro, you can't do an I Quit match, you can't do a last man standing, you can't do fucking a coffin match, an inferno match, a fucking ambulance match. Dude, you have so many matches you could do that you don't always do, that you're not gonna do just to have the structure to sell the pay-per-view, man. It's so sad, dude. It's so sad. And I do trust both of those guys. I trust Jacob and I trust Drew to go crazy in the cell. But the feud just didn't allow for this, man. The feud has been horrible so far. It's been absolutely abysmal so far, man. And it's just sad to see them already failing the Hell in a Cell structure, storyline and aura wise. They're already failing it.
Yeah, man. I mean, it just doesn't warrant it, bro. Tom said it in the chat. With Drew's character, I feel like it would make more sense for something like an I Quit match. I think that would be great. And WWE never does I Quit matches. The last time we seen an I Quit match was in 2022, I think, with
Edge.
Yeah, it was Edge and Finn Balor, and that was 2022, right? Yeah, that was 4 years ago. Do something like that, and that is the kind of gap we need to put on Hell in a Cell. I'm talking 4 or 5 years, bro. I don't want to see this every year and a half. You know what I mean? I don't. That's in wrestling, bro. That's too soon. Time moves too fast for that. It does. It does. As to where an I Quit match, we ain't seen one in, like I said, about 4 years, bro. And it feels like it. It feels long. It feels like, man, I want to see an I Quit match again. But again, they want the spectacle. They want the Hell in a Cell. I hope these guys get bloody. I hope this is a real Hell in a Cell match, and I trust both guys to put on a great match. That's obviously never a concern, but at the end of the day, man, it just didn't warrant it. And I can appreciate WWE, wanting to throw these guys a bone, because they fucking screwed them. They screwed them at the end of the day, but you got to look at it from all angles, bro, and it just doesn't warrant the Hell in a Cell. And I think they're going to put on a great match. I hope these guys get bloody. I hope these guys get to do everything that they want to do in the match, because you know how WWE producing goes. Time's getting short. We got to cut this, and we got to cut this. We got to cut this. I hope things like that don't happen, but in all honesty, they probably will. But hey man, again, it's just if anything, a Finn Balor and Dominic Mysterio match warrants a Hell in a Cell stipulation more than this does, and I wouldn't even put that in a Hell in a Cell. You know what I mean? That's what I'm getting at, though, man. I want to see. You gotta give me Ciampa Gargano feels of hatred. Sami Zayn and Roman Reigns in 2022 feels of hatred. Before you put something in a Hell in a Cell, man. I mean, that's just how it is.
100%. You got to put MJF and Punk in a cell. You got to put that level of shit. Two people that fucking hate each other in a cell, man. And these two people, I mean, their characters hate each other, but it's the most WWE overproduced feud you could ever watch, and it's horrible and does not deserve. Not because the two men are in the feud don't deserve it, because the way WWE wrote this feud doesn't deserve a Hell in a Cell, man. It just doesn't. It doesn't warrant it. Nothing right now warrants a Hell in a Cell. Keep it away, please. They're already gonna kill it. They're already gonna they're already failing themselves.
Speaking of failing, Royce. Tom brings up a really good point, actually. He says, by the way, we won't be told Drew jumped Fatu because I believe it was Randy setting up the 4-way, but they went with Cody versus Randy last minute. You're absolutely correct, bro. That is 100% why they dropped that whole thing. He says, Fatu hates Drew because he thinks he jumped him when I don't think it was Drew. Notice how they haven't mentioned that anymore. 100% it was Randy Orton. It was 100% Randy Orton, and they were going for that Fatal 4-Way match. And if Fatu was going to... If they were still going with the Fatal 4-Way, Fatu would have went out there and accused Drew of it, and Drew would have been like, bro, it wasn't me. And then it would have been revealed as Randy Orton as a way to get all those guys in the mix. And then... Bro, and they probably would have said Randy did it because he had past beef with Fatu in the new bloodline, and then he had beef with the old bloodline as well. So he wanted to take the championship from Cody or Drew, and then obviously it got revealed. They would have run that whole thing, bro. They 100% would have. But
they would 100%, but they changed the story. So they dropped the story they were going with. They do that all the time. They just did another attack angle a few months ago that they fucking dropped. I forgot who it was. I fucking got attacked.
Jay?
But it was the Jay one. Yeah, they dropped that. Nothing. Didn't reveal nothing for that. They attack somebody and then they just drop it a few weeks later. Every time.
Gone are the days of the mystery Aleister Black attacker in NXT, where we got an attacker story that had depth and character, and oh my god, it was done beautifully. It was done beautifully. Gone are those days.
The best mystery attacker story I've ever seen, because it was a mystery that persisted for a month and a half on the show, 2 months I think almost, where It was a mystery of who attacked them. You had, video cameras of this person here and that person there. It could have been this person, could have been that person. The only witness they ended up having a witness was Nikki Cross, who was crazy. So they didn't even know if she was actually. It was so great, man. It
Yeah.
was so great. And now we get ones that don't even get brought up afterwards, man. Come on.
And then when it was finally revealed, Johnny knew to get to Black before Black got to him, because Black found out, started going
He
ape
knew
shit
who
on
attacked them.
yeah, because Nikki had just told him, and then he stood up, got in Regal's face, and was asking where is he. But again, Johnny knew he had to get to him before Black found him. So, oh, it was great. It was fucking
It
great.
was good. And then the whole reason Johnny did, man, that was perfect, man. That was the
Yes,
most
it had
perfect shit.
depth. It had
It
fucking
had
depth to
depth.
it. Now
It,
we get, oh my god, there's an attacker, and this guy's pissed, that guy's pissed, and then we never hear about it again. That's it.
no, it just doesn't get brought up. They get attacked, they return, they blame somebody. That person says, you're gonna fight me anyway, but I didn't do it. And then that's all they ever do. They never bring it up again.
Yep.
No character ever admits to doing it. No actual full reveal of who. Nothing.
No
Nothing.
camera footage, nothing. Nothing at all.
Nothing. And, like at least I can show appreciation for what they did with like Jade and Naomi and all that. At least that one they actually fucking cared about
Yeah.
and had a plan for. Because all of them now just are horrible.
Yeah, Jade and Naomi was a very good one. Jade and Naomi
That
was
was
a
very
very good
good
one.
too. The one was an actual plan that they had set up. Thankfully.
Yep. So, with that, back to Royce. After reports suggesting that Royce Keys could team with Jelly Roll in a match at WrestleMania 42, remember because of their rough upbringings, you know.
Hilarious.
A new report has shut down that idea, at least for now. WrestleVotes addressed the speculation directly and made it clear the rumored match isn't locked in. The rumor was Jelly Roll and Royce Keys taking on Kit Wilson and The Miz. That rumor has been debunked. Maybe it was discussed, but it's certainly not the plan. You're really living in a world right now where you bring in Royce Keys for a surprise debut at the Royal Rumble, and then he's not seen until after WrestleMania. That could very well be the plan. That would have been unfathomable in a fantasy booking aspect. Someone said, yeah, throw him in the Rumble and then keep him off TV until after WrestleMania. People have been like, what? But that's where we are. You have to keep in mind how many plans have changed during this build to WrestleMania. I'm sure a lot of things have been discussed, given how much it's been shuffled around. You can go to sleep one night thinking something is set, wake up the next morning and it's completely out the door. So there's a situation where Royce Keys was getting there was a situation where Royce Keys way of getting on TV was through Jelly Roll.
That was his way. That was the only path he had to Mania was Jelly Roll.
All right. This is my theory.
Okay.
I feel like I know exactly what's going to happen with Royce. He's not going to be on WrestleMania. And they're going to bring him back the Raw or SmackDown after WrestleMania. They're going to bring him in as a heel, and they are going to run the gig of I sat back and waited for an opportunity, and nothing came knocking, so now I'm going to take it. That is exactly what they are going to do with Royce, because it was somebody's bright idea to bring him in at the Royal Rumble and not see him until after WrestleMania. That was such a genius idea. Whoever thought of that, you're so fucking smart. Wow.
Smart. It's what Vince did with Aleister Black. He had him in a dark room asking people to come find him, and they had no one come find him, so they just had him go find somebody. And that's it. Like you said, that's exactly what they're gonna do with Royce Keys, and he's gonna look like a schmuck.
Yes. He is going to debut and run that gig, bro. Which, dude,
It's horrible.
why in the hell would you even debut him in the Royal Rumble? Why? For nothing. He didn't even do anything in the Royal Rumble that was substantial. I don't even think he faced off with Brock. He didn't face off with Oba. He didn't face off with Fatu. I don't even remember anything he. The only thing I remember from him at the Royal Rumble was them flashing Powerhouse Hobbs up on Powerhouse Hobbs up on the Trons, Michael Cole referring to him as Hobbs and referring to him as the Monstar, and then and then they called him fucking Royce Keys. That was the only thing I remember from him at the Royal Rumble. So why even debut him at the Royal Rumble? Just save him for after Mania at that point. Or I don't know, if you didn't have any idea what to do with him on the main roster, then fucking put him in NXT.
You could easily put him in it, but he requested to be on the main roster, man. So
You're his
this
boss.
week he's not a boss, dude. He's not a boss, man. Triple H is not a boss. Apparently, he don't tell people what to do. He lets the inmates run the asylum. Apparently, man, and that's what he's doing here. He's gonna debut after Mania. It's gonna be horrible. And you debuted him at the Rumble just to do some random little fuck you to AEW that you got one of their talents, and you didn't do nothing with him. So really showed them.
Yeah. Wait, I was gonna say, way to show AEW, man. Way to fucking show AEW as if this guy wasn't a random guy in the ops. You know, I mean, geez. I mean, and I love Hobbs, but like, bro, you're not you're
In Steel Okada.
yes, you're sticking it more to AEW. You know you're sticking it more to AEW if you bring him in and use him, right? Like you're essentially proving that he should have stayed with AEW the way that you're doing him right now. And to be honest, bro, and I hope I'm wrong, I don't even really see him doing much of anything when they do finally debut him.
In the long run, I don't see him doing much of anything in this company, man, and that sucks because he's a great talent.
He
He's
is.
got the talent. They just WWE aren't gonna know what to do with him. They have their own big guys they care about, and they just signed him because they could say they took him for that he would rather sign with WWE than he would with AEW. That's the whole reason they signed him, man, and they're not gonna do anything with him.
And two, and every people have all different types of perspectives on this, but like for me, I feel you would stick it more to AEW if you actually let him keep his Powerhouse Hobbs name and or Will Hobbs at least, because then WWE could say, and I do get the perspective of like they took him and made him a star out of something completely from the ground up. But at the end of the day, isn't it sticking to AEW if AEW had him as a random guy in the ops as Will Hobbs, but you took Will Hobbs and made Will Hobbs a superstar? You know?
Exactly, dude. Exactly. I think that would have stuck it to him more, but that WWE mentality, they're more focused on them creating something than they are actually creating something special on TV.
Will Hobbs is 41 years old.
Yeah, I saw that got like exposed by like something of his got exposed to him being old, and then there was a rumor killer on it, but there wasn't. It was weird, dude. It's a weird situation. Technically, I guess no one knows his real age, but it's presumed to be 41, I guess.
What?
It was weird. It's a weird situation. Yeah.
Why? Why? Why is why is that news? Why or why is that a
The
thing?
whole
Why does nobody know? Why does nobody know bro's name? Or not his name. Why does nobody? Yeah, why does nobody know bro's age? That is
the whole thing on Twitter, dude. It was weird. It was like he was like lying about his age or something, and then his real age came out, but it's confirmed that it's his real age, but it seems like it's his real age. It's a weird thing, bro. It was a weird ass thing. I didn't even really like look into it that much, but I remember it happening.
That's crazy. I didn't know he was that old. I mean,
They seem like that old.
no, yeah, for sure. For sure. I thought he would have maybe been like, he does not look 41 at all. I get,
Probably 30s.
yeah, he 32 maybe. He looks around
Yeah,
Jacob
dude.
Fatu's age. Jacob Fatu looks like he could pass for a 41-year-old more than Royce.
I did hear that too, that he told WWE he was in his 30s, but he isn't. So that might
Told him
be
he was
another
in his
reason why.
30s.
That might be another reason why he's not being used. Maybe he squashed all his fucking potential with this company morally wise instantly by doing that. If that is true, it's a weird situation. I think we'll only learn the details once everything ends. Once he leaves and goes
that
back to AEW in like 5 years.
that is crazy, bro, because I'm looking at a picture of him from 2020 when we first seen him, and he would have been like maybe what 36 in this photo. He legitimately
You
looks like late 20s.
would think, dude.
That
You would
is
think.
that is wild. Dude, that's actually goated. And that actually does
Shit, bro, I'm 36.
that is fucking goated. However, that completely explains why they did not use him.
Use him.
If
That's probably why, to be honest. If that whole age stuff is true, that is probably why he's not being used.
I could totally see that. I could
Yes, because
totally see that.
he does have a 16-year-old son, which is fucking insane.
Jeez.
Which is wild. And if he lied about
He
that
told him he
shit,
was in his 30s. Dude, that is fucking hilarious, bro. That is
oh,
actually
bro,
hilarious.
41, I'm 31. Duh.
Wow,
That's hilarious.
bro shaved 10 years off, man. That's crazy work.
It's a crazy number, man.
Um Jeez, I was not tapped into any of this Royce Keys age drama. I was not. That's if
I
he
think I sent it to you when it was happening, but
Oh fuck. Did you? When was this?
oh, ooh, I don't remember when it was. It was after Rumble, some period after the Rumble. I don't remember exactly, but that's when all that shit happened.
That is nuts, bro. That is nuts. I did not even see that, bro. So that's my bad. I must have completely missed that. But that is wild, bro. That is fucking wild. Ah, that explains a lot now. That explains so much. Well, more WrestleMania. So WrestleMania is more active in the dirt sheets than it is on actual television.
Oh, dude, so much every week we talk about Mania way more on Friday than we do fucking on Monday because on Monday it's horrible, and on Friday it's just sad.
Sources indicate that Body Slam, according to BodySlam.net, the WrestleMania Women's Tag Team match will be the Irresistible Forces. Is that their name?
Oh yeah. Oh, you didn't hear it when they were on SmackDown and then they were on Raw and talking about the match next week. You didn't hear them say that they were going to face the irresistible force of Lash Legend, and they literally just gave the group Nia Jax's nickname. That's all they did. That's all they did.
Uh,
You didn't hear that at Raw when they were talking about that match? This shit cracked me up. They said it like 5 times.
I thought they had a. I don't know what the hell I thought their name was, bro. But I thought they had
Irresistible
a.
force.
That's something. Versus Charlexa.
And
I gave them that name before anybody else did. I want my check. I would literally put it in my queue here on OBS. Whenever they had a match, I would just combine both of their names. Versus the Bella Twins versus Bailey and Lyra Valkyria.
Be happy.
Hey, man. Um,
He smile.
Listen. No, man. Back when Rio were the tag team champions, I actually predicted that they would do a women's. I predicted that they would do a women's multi-women tag, um, for the tag titles. So hearing this does not shock me, and this is something they do something remotely close to this. Typically once a year, bro. So, um, with the women's tag titles, but yeah, this is pretty good news though. It gets all these women on, it gets Charlotte and Alexa on WrestleMania, and it completes that Bailey and Lyra, wanting to get each other on the Mania card story, which is something I can absolutely appreciate.
It does. I do appreciate that. I really like that those two specifically, mainly, Lyra and Bailey and Alexa and Charlotte. I think the work they put in over the past year did warrant them to be on Mania, probably in big roles, but this is what they got going, and I'll take it, man. And I'm interested to see what happens after Mania because if Bailey and Lyra don't win tag titles at Mania, I think the cracks will start to show after Mania, in their, on-screen friendship and all that, man. So I'm excited to see whatever they're doing at and post Mania, man. And I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that, man.
For
And
sure.
and and then there's the Bella Twins, unfortunately. Like Tom says, you got to be careful with them diva marks because they they love them some Bella Twins on Twitter, man. They really do.
Bro, they are yeah, they are they're okay, my bad. Yes, they definitely get down about their Bella Twins, bro. People do not play about them, even though
No, they really don't.
they
They're
suck.
horrible. They're fucking ass.
They
But
yes. So the women's okay. I have gotten the answers. The reason this Royce Keys story about the age was not put into the news all those months ago is because this was huddled around the time where the same story was coming out about Royce Keys, where Royce Keys was appeared at WWE headquarters.
was appeared at headquarters.
That was the reason I did not put it in the news. I think I had a bit of Royce Keys brain rot around this time. Because all the story, I'm looking at them now, all the ones you sent, all these Royce Keys stories are Royce Keys, WWE future, uncertain. Royce Keys plans, unsure, going into WrestleMania. Royce Keys at WWE headquarters. There was a bit of Royce Keys brain rot going on, so okay, that's why that got lost in the shuffle. This makes more sense now. Okay, so um speaking of the women's division, this is great news. This is great news. Bianca Belair. According to Bodyslam.net, sources indicate that Bianca Belair has started doing some light training as she looks to make her return to in-ring competition.
Bianca, please come save us from Jade, BFAB, and Michin, please,
Bro,
please.
what are they going to name
They,
that group?
um, who cares, man? I can't even think of a joke right now. I just don't like them that much. You got any names for them?
Trash. Uh
Obviously,
um let's see. Wow. The underperformers.
I like
Um,
that.
yeah.
It's hilarious, bro. They have a whole faction of 3 people, and not a single person is good at talking. Not a single one of them can talk. Legendary.
Yeah. All three of them are very subpar in the ring too. Well, people say Jade's a great talker.
He's a great talker.
Yeah.
Man,
What do you say to those people?
that they're wrong.
Why is that?
She sucks on the mic. She does.
Well, there you go. He's a man of few words, but Jade is to me, Jade says the same shit on the mic, bro. Genuinely, I'm that bitch. Look at me. I look like a superhero. Um, say what was the shit with Rhea Ripley? My muscles are bigger than yours. That was new material, but along the lines of the superhero stuff. Which my God, if that's your new material, then Lord dunk me in some holy water. But bro, uh Jade, listen, bro, Jade Jade Cargill, I guess to WWE is like maybe the second coming of Bianca Belair in their eyes, but to me, she is nowhere close to anywhere that Bianca Belair. Bianca Belair is fucking phenomenal, bro. I mean, she's got the look, she can talk, she's got the attitude, she's got the swagger, bro. She could work her ass off in the ring. I mean, Bianca Belair is literally like you done pulled a track star. You done found a gem in out of a track star, bro. I mean, you really have. As for Jade, I just don't get that, man. Jade just gives me Jade gives me I remember back in the day I used to always see clips about Eva Marie, and she would talk about how she just kind of wanted to use wrestling to catapult her into being like The Rock. You know what I mean? Jade gives me that same like IG model that just wants to be a wrestler to be famous type of thing. That's kind of what I'm getting off Jade.
I think she's literally said that before. That she just wants to go to Hollywood.
Wonderful. Thanks, Jade. Thank you. Thank you for your commitment. So look, hey man, Bianca Belair, bro. If she, just please, please rid us of this Jade Cargill problem, bro. And as a matter of fact, too, WWE, I gotta give them credit. They made their situation better because instead of Bianca Belair coming back and just burying Jade Cargill, she can now bury Michin and B-Fab, which are again three just severely underperforming talents. I mean, severely underperforming talents. So I'm very excited for that. Bianca. We cannot wait to have you back, bro. We genuinely cannot wait to have you back. I can't. I got hey, me and Bianca have been through a lot together, man. We have, man. Her booking really irked me for a lot of years. More specifically in 2023 and 2022 when she was on her Super Bianca run, bro. But at the end of the day, there was no point in that where I ever completely hated Bianca Belair. I just hated her booking. But man, now that Bianca's been out of the spotlight for a little bit, bro, B, we need you. We need you.
We need her. Glad she's looking healthy. I'm glad that process is going well. Can't wait to have her back.
Yes. Chelsea Green. According to WrestleVotes, Chelsea Green is progressing well in her recovery from injury, with her internal optimism that she could be cleared sooner rather than later. She pushed to remain on screen and is expected to stay a prominent character on SmackDown and AAA. I swear I don't even know these people. Like Logan just told us the other day that the War Raiders are like a big thing on AAA. I swear I don't know about these people being big characters on AAA. But I mean, good for her. As for her pushing to stay a prominent character, I always hate that kind of thing. I hate it when they did it with Britt Baker on AEW. I hate when somebody's injured and they have him like walking around in a boot or in a wheelchair. Their character is just uselessly there. You know, sometimes absence, especially in wrestling, is a good thing, man. But you know, it is what it is. At the end of the day, I mean, with the SmackDown Women's Division, I guess it isn't the worst thing in the world, although I can go without it. You know, I mean, it is what it is. But hopefully she could make her way back soon, man. I mean, maybe her husband can use some career advice. You know.
Exactly, that Mark ass stooge, man. He's not doing so well on his own, man. So maybe he needs his wife or something, man. But yeah, I don't like when they keep people around that are injured. Let people miss them. You know what I mean? But hope the process to return goes well.
Yes. Speaking of processes, Tama Tonga had a recent processing fee come out of his bank account that was 5 figures. According to Fightful Select, Tama Tonga was fined by WWE, which we brought to you last week, but this week we have found out that it was in the 5-figure territory. Tonga was fired over a social media post ahead of SmackDown, which showed rehearsals taking place. Bullshit. There was no rehearsals taking place. He was literally filming the fucking stage and a bunch of people just standing around. There was no, and again, Triple H is such a mark for himself. Why is it okay for Triple H to film videos rehearsing people's entrances, but Tama Tonga can't take a video of an empty stage? And I mean, there was no, it wasn't even like, I mean, I could see if like Randy and Cody were just, leaning on the apron, talking to each other, or Jacob and Drew were sitting there fucking hugging in the
Yeah.
video. There was a bunch of people standing around. I mean, like 5 figures for that.
Literally, it makes no sense, man. Triple H can post all that shit he wants, man. Like I said last week, bro. If that fucking video revealed anything of importance, we would have talked about it because it would have revealed something of importance. It didn't. It was useless to find him for that, and you really shouldn't have fined him for that. And if I was Tomatonga, I would be petty enough to try to fight that fine. I would. I would genuinely. I would fight them on that fine. I would because I'm not paying 5 figures for some stupid shit like that. Now Tomatonga tweeted that he's been in the doghouse before. It ain't nothing to him. But man, that's so stupid.
Yep. He has been in the doghouse before when he was burying Tony Khan right after right after New Japan right after New Japan got their working relationship with AEW.
He really was burying AEW, bro. He did not fuck with Tony Khan.
Not at all. I always wonder why they hated him so much. Because Gorillas of Destiny and AEW, well, they probably would have been nothing, but it would have been, cool for the pop, I guess.
Oh, cool matches. But man, I don't know. I want to know where that heated rivalry of God and Tony Khan come from.
Not a clue. I wish I did know though. But we have news on the Hall of Fame. Going back to the WrestleMania weekend festivities, WWE has announced Bad News Brown as the last inductee in the Hall of Fame class of 2026. He will be inducted as a legacy inductee. Let me see.
Which is crazy because a legacy inductee just means you get a 90-second vignette, and that's it. You don't get a family. If you're alive, you don't get to do a speech. If you're not alive, you don't get to have your family do a speech. Nothing. You get a vignette. In between two other fucking people in between fucking the GOAT AJ Styles and the boss's wife getting inducted, you get a little video package.
Which
the boss's wife is one of the headliners.
Well, she's not just the boss's.
I mean, and she's not, but like
I get what you're saying.
Deny that doesn't look great. You know what I mean? Like 100%. Obviously, she deserves to be in there. Completely, she deserves to be in there. But like, as he's the boss right now, it's not a good look. It's not a good look for him to do all that.
For Stephanie,
it's bad timing.
Stephanie, she does deserve to be in there. But legacy inductees in general, bro. I mean, a video package, bruh. You can't have. I mean, the WWE's so hard up on time any fucking way. You know, they're probably just gonna give dude's family 2 to 3 minutes to say a couple words anyway. So why can't you just have people? Why can't you just have Why can't you just have their family just up there for something, bro? I mean, a video package that is so disrespectful, bro. That is so fucking disrespectful. I cannot lie to you, man. But Bad News Brown is going to be the latest legacy inductee into the WWE Hall of Fame, which again is good for him, but a legacy inductee is so. How the fuck is Donald Trump in the Hall of Fame and he got a speech? But we have people that have actually been in the business. Well, actually, did you see Jesse Ventura talked about why Donald Trump is in the Hall of Fame?
Didn't see that. I saw him talking about how his assassination was a work, how that one attempt was a work, and that shit was killing me, man. He is goated, bro. I love Jesse Ventura, man.
He said,
When
um,
I see, I know a blade job when I see it.
oh, bro, he's too funny, bro. He buried Damian Priest, man. That man, he can't do nothing wrong in my eyes, bro. I cannot lie to you. This motherfucker, he's sitting on like some news show, and he's like, "When I said somebody should be in office, somebody what did he say? He was like, he said, when I said somebody in politics should be in office, I was talking about me, not Donald Trump." Bro, fucking killed me. And then he revealed
Goated.
that in '07 or whatever it was when he got inducted into the Hall of Fame, he only got inducted into the Hall of Fame because he covered up a sexual assault case that was supposed to be launched against Vince McMahon.
I could see it. I could definitely see it, man. I wouldn't be shocked in that.
That that is the most Vince thing ever, bro. Oh, thank you, Donald. You know, to repay you for this, I'm gonna put you in my Hall of Fame. Like, oh, gee, thanks,
You in my
Vince.
Hall of Fame.
That's
Thank
such
you,
a
man. I care
Vince
about
thing,
that
dude.
so. Oh, it is. That is. Because to Vince, that genuinely means like I did something crazy for you back. Fucking wild, man. Vince was a fucking psychopath. And that's just wild.
No, bro, but yes, yes, the fact again, the fact people like fucking Donald Trump are in the Hall of Fame, and he gets to have a speech, but here we get video package for these legacy inductees is pretty wild, but I guess he's going in nonetheless. Another inductee, in the WWE Hall of Fame has been confirmed as Sid Vicious or Psycho Sid, which um I thought he was a legacy inductee too, but it doesn't say. It says he's an actual inductee. So if this is the case, then I mean he especially should not be a. He is a former WWE champion. I believe he's actually main evented a WrestleMania before against, I think it was Diesel. Fucking what a great main event that fucking shaped up to be. But
Electric match.
yeah. Um he is a former WWE champion, bro. And he he is he is he's a very cool album cover for my guy West Side Gun, bro. So he is he's a legend, bro. I mean, at the end of the day, you could talk about the kind of wrestler he is or whatever people want to say, bro. Psycho Sid is a legend. Sid Vicious is a legend, man. Which again, I thought he was a legacy inductee, but from what I'm reading, it says he's just a member of the class of 2026. I don't know why he wasn't in there years ago. But that's neither here or there. But nonetheless, I'm happy, man. And again, you know that I know that you're only half the man that I am, and I have only half the brain that you do.
Doo-doo. Goated. It truly was a goated promo, man. Truly was a legend, man. All, especially like the older boomers, that was one of their favorites, man. Again, don't know how he already hasn't been inducted, but I'm glad he is, man, cause like obviously you look back on promos like that and you're like, man, that was like the 80s and 90s to a T, but you look at like videos of entrances, and they were really fucking sick and cool.
Oh,
And he definitely deserves to be in there, man. That one entrance where he's coming out in that tunnel and he's fucking fist pumping all those people, that type of shit's goated. That's
his
some real ass shit.
his theme music, bro. Jim
That shit was
Johnston
tough.
fucking cooked with that shit, dude.
That was
Cooked.
tough. So glad he's in the Hall of Fame, man.
Tom says, "How do they decide who's a legacy induction?" I don't know. Very funny though. The one
Oh,
to actual talent that's in here that's a legacy inductee is a black guy.
yeah,
When you
not a good
talk,
look for Troy.
I was gonna say when you talk about bad looks for Triple H, nice going, Paul.
Good old Paul.
You ain't beating the allegations, bro. He's a bald Nazi for a reason.
He really is bald not to, man. He'll never beat the allegations. Never.
However, we have another inductee. According to ESPN, Dennis Rodman will be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame as a part of the class of 2026. Others already announced for this year's class are AJ Styles, Stephanie McMahon, and Demolition.
There you go, man. And you got an interesting class. Dennis Rodman. That's gonna be fun. Dude, any clip you find of him talking about his childhood is just the wildest, craziest story ever. Fucking goat. He really is.
So, listen, it's too bad Hulk Hogan isn't here to induct Dennis Rodman, bro. They were buddies in the NWO together. It's because you got the Hulkster and Rodzilla, dude.
Godzilla, dude. Oh man.
um,
Look at this goated. He was
I,
so
I,
bad. It was great.
I got a question. My basketball peeps will understand this. My Chicago sports people will understand this. Why the fuck is WWE inducting Dennis Rodman into the Hall of Fame before the Bulls have retired Dennis Rodman's number? Can anybody explain that to me, please?
Either maybe the Bulls are weird about his PR because he do be saying crazy shit about like his childhood and shit. Maybe the Bulls say, you know how like major sports teams are like weird with like PR
They're
and
way
shit.
weirder
Maybe
than wrestling is for sure. For
they are.
sure.
So I kind of think that's something like the reason probably because they're weird with that shit. NFL and NBA, they'll find motherfuckers for the weirdest, most random thing.
They will. But regardless, put
They should
91 in the
retire.
rafters, bro. Put
They
91
should
in the
retire.
rafters. There is no fucking reason. I don't care how wacky of a dude he is. That is Dennis Rodman, bro. And they know that. They know that. They talked constantly. Anytime they get, man, right? You hear Jordan, Pippen, all those Bulls alumni say it all the fucking time. Dennis Rodman, he was a he was a weird, wacky dude, bro, but when he got on the court, he was all fucking business, bro. That is Dennis Rodman. You put 91 in the rafters. I love Derrick Rose, and number one should have absolutely been retired, but it should not have went up before 91 went up, bro. You put Dennis Rodman's number up there next to Jordan and Pippen, bro. I don't give a fuck why
Exactly.
he's going into the WWE Hall of Fame before the Bulls retire. And that was one thing that killed me because the Bulls posted this. Dennis Rodman is going to be in the Hall of Fame or WWE Hall of Fame, and the whole comment section was flooded with when are y'all going to retire his number?
Exactly.
Yes, put Dennis Rodman up there, bro. But yeah, these are the three newest inductees, which it looks like Bad News Brown is going to be the last one. So it looks like we have a class of Dennis Rodman, Psycho Sid, Bad News Brown, Demolition, Stephanie McMahon, and AJ Styles. Actually, a pretty good class they put together.
Good one, man. Pretty good one. I like it overall, man. I'm excited, man. I'm excited.
You have two
Don't know what.
way long overdue ones in there with Demolition and Psycho Sid for sure.
Oh, you really do. What? Do we even know the date it's on? Hall of Fame. Do they even have a date yet
It's a
for
wonderful
like that
question.
weekend? Because I don't think they do. I don't think they have like a date or nothing set for it because wasn't there a thing a few months ago? How about like it's up in air because they don't want to like have it overdo that weekend or
It
something?
it is going to be, yes, but then they move Stand and Deliver off of that weekend, so it's going to be Friday, April
Oh,
7th, or April 17th after SmackDown.
okay.
So it is going to be at the Dolby Live Park MGM.
Wheel Hive Park.
At the end of the, honestly, if I were WWE, I would honestly just like cut SmackDown that week. Like, who gives a shit about the SmackDown before WrestleMania? Like, everything's already.
Already set and done. You really don't need to do a weekly episode of television. Technically, the day before night one, I would just do SmackDown Hall of Fame edition and just turn that episode of SmackDown into
Yeah.
the Hall of Fame ceremony and call it a day, bro. You really don't even need. First of all, half the time you don't even need SmackDown anyway. The show fucking sucks. Let alone the day before WrestleMania.
Yeah. No, for sure. Hey, Rage. How's it going?
How you doing? How's it been?
Great to have you here.
Always.
Speaking of WrestleMania weekend, man. Hey guys, get your wallets out. All right. Well, first and foremost, before we get to the big one, it brings me just pure joy to announce WWE has announced Kill Tony WrestleMania Vegas will air on Netflix Monday, April 20th, as it's set to be filmed Saturday, April 18th, after WrestleMania Night 1. Dude, my guy, Tony Hinchcliffe, is at it again.
Hey, have you ever I'll get some of his clips sometimes on IG Reels
Mm-hmm.
of like his show that he does where like people come up and they like roast them. He is horrible, man.
He's
He is
ass.
not funny.
No.
He's not funny, bro. He kind of sucks. Every time I see a clip of him, I'm like, damn, this is who Triple H skipped a fucking Raw to go see. Like, if you're skipping Raw, you're if you're seeing a Dave Chappelle, if you're seeing like a Bill Burr, all right, those are some comedians you could go see. Kill Tony, that's what Tony Hinchcliffe, that's what you're going to see. That sums up Triple H's taste right there.
You don't think Triple H wants to go see Eddie Murphy?
Eddie Murphy.
You
It's in '98. Eddie Murphy.
you, does Dave Chappelle still stand up?
I think he still does stand up.
You don't think you don't think he wants to go see Kevin Hart?
Well, he does a rare one now. I think he only had like one in recent years lately for Hart. I think
Yeah,
he really just focuses on movies now.
he does. What about Fluffy? Fluffy's always at these WWE. Why don't hold on?
Oh, Fluffy. At least he's fucking fun.
Why don't they promote Fluffy the way they promote Tony Hinchcliffe? It's okay. You have
Dude,
the answers.
I have no answers, man. Triple H's taste in comedy baffles me because he really apparently just has a bad taste in anything. Dude just sucks.
I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I love me some stand up comedy, bro. A lot of people are like soft to the shit, but like they even did it. They even did it with Tony a couple years ago. Like everybody was like very offended by some of the things that were said on his like comic shows, and for me it's not that it like what it's not the offensive stuff, it's that like yeah, the jokes are offensive, but they're also just not funny, dude. Like they just like he just fucking he just fucking sucks, dude. Like it's like for me, like comedy when comics have to like overly try to like roast somebody, it's just not funny. Like if you're a comic and you're like making fun of like life situations, or you're making fun of like people, obviously that's a part to it. But like when you have to overly like try hard, like try to like roast somebody so hard, and it's not even fucking funny. It's like, dude, I'm not gonna lie, man. I've watched a ton of stand-up comedy in my day, bro. Tony Hinchcliffe's shit is just downright offensive to me, bro. Like it is, and it's not even offensive because of the jokes. It is offensive because the
Yeah.
jokes are so not funny. It's fucking terrible, bro. It's terrible, man. Again, I like to think I have decently thick skin, bro. I'm not one of these fucking people that are just completely soft to, offensiveness or whatever the case may be, bro. But his jokes just genuinely are not fucking funny, dude. And also, um I will forever be scarred by that one time they put him on Monday Night Raw, bro. I genuinely will. I mean that time he did commentary. Oh my goodness. Oh, brother. I don't think I've ever been so close to jumping off a bridge in my life. I really don't.
Like, you're telling me this dude roasts people and he's got that nasally ass Danhausen voice? Ooh, I
Yeah,
hate voices
bro.
like that, bro. I can't stand his voice, bro. And his jokes are so try hard. Can't stand it, but fucking Triple H loves this fucking dude. And they're doing another Kill Tony, man. Kill me, please.
It would make sense that Triple H, skipped a Raw to go
You
watch that bullshit. He would laugh at
you,
that shit.
you would laugh at that burger ass humor because he's a fucking burger.
Burger
If it's
humor, bro.
it is burger humor, bro. That's the most like, oh, it sucks, dude. He sucks.
Speaking of things that fucking suck, the Cody Rhodes exclusive experience has came out for WrestleMania weekend. Cody Rhodes, WWE and Cody Rhodes have came out with a Cody Rhodes bus tour exclusive experience. Oh jeez. WWE have set this date for April 18th or 19th, whichever night Cody is not on. It'll probably be on the 19th. And what does this entail exactly? You get an exclusive behind the scenes tour bus experience with Cody Rhodes in his personal tour bus. You get WrestleMania behind the scenes experience and a commemorative gift. What that is, he's probably going to give you a Cody Rhodes signed weight belt, if I were to take a guess. This Cody Rhodes tour bus experience over WrestleMania 42 weekend will take you around to one or two Las Vegas attractions, and it is priced at $9,950 per person. And the worst part is these fucking burgers have sold this thing out. This bus tour is sold out.
It's a bunch of rich burgers by dumb shit like this, dude. Man, dude, my favorite part about this is the one or two stops. You dead ass are gonna get on that bus, stink it the fuck up, and fucking check out one spot and turn around and go back and they're gonna tell you to get the fuck off the bus. That is wild, man. That is wild, man. Like, um, I get it. I get that being at least a little pricey because that is his personal tour bus. If I was Cody, I wouldn't want no smelly ass wrestling fans on my fucking bus. But 10,000 to sit on his bus to fucking hit one stop and turn around. Come on, bro.
One to two iconic Las Vegas landmarks, to be exact.
They're gonna take it to the fake Eiffel Tower and turn around.
All right, guys, this is the strip.
Exactly. This is the
He's
famous Las Vegas Strip.
He's gonna whip the bus. Yep, he's gonna whip the fucking bus right around.
You hear him click the fucking turn signal and fucking whip that motherfucker around.
But guys, I'm sorry. I forgot to mention you do get a Las Vegas tour guide providing live commentary.
So he's gonna say, "Oh man, look at the strip. Look at that one casino, man. Look at that. All right, man. Look at that hotel. Look at the Hard Rock Cafe.
There's Allegiant Stadium.
That
Bro,
is fucking sad, dude.
oh man. You burgers actually bought a $10,000 Cody Rhodes bus tour guide. Isn't this supposed to be our QB1? Isn't this supposed to be our quarterback? It seems like he's robber 1. It seems like
Yeah.
he's masked assailant 1. I mean, he just robbed you blind, bro. He just fucking robbed you blind. Who? I need to see a picture of these burgers that bought this Cody Rhodes bus tour, bro. That is one of the worst, most money hungry fucking things I've ever heard of this company doing, bro. A bus tour where you drive around and go see one to two Las Vegas landmarks.
Ass deal. I can't wait to see the fucking gross rich smucks that bought this shit, man. What a disgrace, bro. And that's why shit's so expensive, because rich assholes will actually pay for that shit because they don't care. Fucking hell. This is why no one can afford to go to these shows. Because rich burgers pay 10K to fucking sit on Cody's bus, stink it up, and fucking hit the strip and turn around.
There's motherfuckers, hardcore wrestling fans that would probably love to attend a WrestleMania in Las Vegas that can't do it.
People buy shit
Because,
like this.
yes, because they can't afford it. And instead of not feeding into this bullshit that WWE is selling you, there are rich dickheads that say, you know what, man? I think this is a great idea. Let's get the family on Cody Rhodes' personal tour bus. Like, that's his. Why do you want to go on his bus? Like, that's his. That's his mobile home. I mean, that's like, what's so cool about that? Like, oh, I got to be in Cody Rhodes' bus. Like this is his mobile home that he uses to travel around the country with. Like what's so I am kind of just failing to see what's so cool about that, to be honest.
I would feel weird sitting on his fucking bus, sitting where fucking his daughter probably sits half the time. You know what I mean? Like that type of shit's weird, bro. Like, why do you want to be in their lives like that? Yeah, this shit's just weird to me, man. And just that's just funny, man. You get to see one or two iconic locations. That is genuinely hilarious.
And like Tom says, you can drive the strip for free, bro. I'm in Vegas for the week. Like I like you don't think these like yeah like I'm assuming I would already be around the attractions and stuff. Like what is the deal here? Like why why
Going to
why
Vegas, you're going to the strip anyway. Like,
I'll
what?
probably be by the Eiffel Tower and the Statue of Liberty and the Vegas sign and all the amenities in Vegas anyway. Why do I need to pay 10,000 for Cody's tour bus to drive me there and look at it? What?
Sit where his fucking family probably sits and fucking eats when they could finally be together. And I don't want to be there. I want to be in his space like that. It's weird.
Good God. 10 G's, bro. 10
It's the
fucking
QB1,
bands.
man.
This is our
It's QB1.
quarterback.
Yep. You think Tom Brady would ever let someone sit on his fucking tour bus and do a little fucking tour of Vegas? You think that would happen?
I highly doubt it. He's trying. He's too concerned with trying to come out of NFL retirement again. That psychopath cannot get football out of his brain. Um,
Right.
yes, bro. He loves the
He
game
really
so
is.
much he can't let it go, bro. He cannot fucking let the game go.
bro, bro can't let it go. I mean, it's what he loves, man.
Hey, Speaking of WWE, continuing to rob our pockets blind, or at least attempting to. For $11,500, you can sit front row at WWE Clash in Italy and make pasta with a WWE superstar. Is that actually?
Yes, that is true. That is
Are you?
the deal. You get to go to like they kind of make it sound like a hibachi type place where
What?
you could go make pasta with. And did you read the people that you're gonna be doing it with?
I do have a run sheet of what you'll be doing here, but it does not. It just says with WWE superstars. Please
From,
indulge
from
me.
what I heard, the two people that you get to do it with, and one of them tweeted about it, so she seems definitely like it's true.
Okay.
The two people you get to go out to dinner and make pasta with are Chelsea Green and Grayson Waller. No, is it
You're
when you
fucking
think
lying.
those are the two people? Chelsea Green and Grayson Waller are the two are presumably the two people that you get to go do that with, man. First of all, way to make their lives fucking awkward. They got to deal with some weirdo and fucking entertain them while making pasta. You know what I mean? It's like when you fucking when your fucking friend when your parents' friends bring their fucking weird ass kid, you gotta fucking entertain, and you're like, um. What do you want to do, man? And like you don't want them touching your shit, but you kind of gotta let them touch your shit. That's probably how Chelsea Green and Grayson Waller are gonna feel. But
Oh.
$11,000, and that's who I get to meet. You know what I mean? Like respectfully to those two, I want to meet a Roman Reigns. I want to meet a fucking Jacob Fatu, Drew McIntyre, a fucking Cody Rhodes. I want to meet real people. Fuck, give me Penta, somebody.
Chelsea Green.
Give me
Okay.
Sheamus.
Oh man. This is. Oh, they already got packages up for SummerSlam?
Oh,
Oh no. All right.
slam.
Let.
So
Oh my goodness.
yeah, it's Chelsea. Because Chelsea Green, I think tweeted like about it, like I hope someone gets it, like pays for this so I could go eat pasta or something. She made some joke about it.
I had to go on the physical website myself to see if this had a sold out logo next to it as well, but it does not. Um Thankfully. It probably will eventually get it. Oh, SummerSlam is pre-sale, but you can place a $2,000 deposit already for floor seating if you'd like.
You you can go to CarMax and put a $2,000
Yeah.
deposit, man, but you
Yeah.
go to SummerSlam and put a $2,000 deposit.
Holy fuck.
What a
Um
joke.
my god. Uh wow. Yeah, the Mania, the highest, the main. We've already went over this, but yeah, the highest Mania one. It doesn't say sold out yet, but it still is at $37,500. Okay, all right. I just needed to make sure that wasn't sold out yet. Going back to what you were saying, Chelsea Green and Grayson Waller. You're lying to me right now, bro. you
Try to fuck a Waller, bro.
Grayson Waller. Yeah, just the
It's the
fucking
homie.
person I like. Who thinks like, dude, this is great, bro. I really just want to fly to Turin, Italy, and make a pasta with Grayson Waller. What are they gonna do when they go to Mexico? You can, come south of the border and make a fucking taco with Ivar and Eric. What? Who? What?
Like, like I'm sure they get paid for this, so I'm sure they don't even care. But like, how awkward is it for Chelsea Green and Waller? Because you know some weirdos are going to be buying that shit, and they got to be nice and like WWE friendly with those random weirdos. Oh man, that
Like,
just sounds
yeah,
miserable.
if I'm a WWE superstar, bro, what the fuck kind of media appearance is that? Like, oh, I have to go make fucking pasta today with these weird
Weirdo.
smelly fans. What?
I want to do that. Like, what the fuck? And like, as a fan, I'm paying $11,000. I want to fucking hang out with Cody Rhodes. I want to fucking hang out with Roman Reigns. I want to hang out
Yeah.
with fucking some people of value here, bro. Even still, give me Penta, give me somebody. Sheamus, call up Shane, call up somebody. Call up Jeff. Let's go to the bar or something. You know what I mean?
I
Something tangible.
want Jacob Fatu to tell me stories about the box and all types of stuff.
Yeah.
I want Cody Rhodes to tell me old Bullet Club stories or some shit. Like what?
That's horrible, man. That's gonna be so awkward, dude. And the worst part is they're gonna film it, and it's gonna be so
Yeah.
awkward
Oh
for everyone
yeah.
involved because they're gonna be asking them the most weirdest questions.
Who's
Oh,
your
bro,
favorite
it's so.
WWE superstar?
You know the type of people that's buying that shit, bro. A bunch of fucking burgers, man.
Bunch of burgers. All right, so you get a ringside photo op, reserved seating at pre-show hospitality with WWE superstar appearances. Official Clash in Italy front row ticket. Oh boy. Reserved seating at Welcome Aperitivo. Plus wine. Huh?
I guess that's the logo. Oh, I think. Okay, so I think it's two things. I think it's okay. Go ahead and read it off.
Plus wine tasting with WWE superstars, exclusive backstage experience, and a private pasta making session with WWE superstars.
So I think it's Chelsea Green. That's the wine tasting, and Waller. That's the pasta. But they say superstars, so
Oh.
maybe it's gonna be like Waller and fucking and Kofi, and then fucking you get Chelsea Green and the Secret Service, maybe.
Fuck.
Maybe I don't know. That sounds horrible. What if a child buys it? What if someone gets this for their child? Are they gonna
Yeah,
do a
what
wine
is?
tasting?
Does he just get to have a fucking juice box while everybody sits there and drinks wine? Oh my god, this is fucking sad, bro. This is so
It's
sad,
fucking
dude.
hilarious, dude.
These are just the most burger of burgers buying this shit, dog. What is that? $11,500 and all you get is that bullshit. A plate of pasta to take home. Oh, thanks.
Oh, thanks, bro. That is hilarious, and I can't wait to see the videos of the people that buy this shit.
Oh, it's gonna be so awkward. I'm gonna be baking this shit out of them, bro. I promise you I will.
Cause they're a bunch of big gross pigs. That's all it's gonna be. It's gonna be what it's
Bunch of
gonna be.
motherfuckers in Italy smelling like ass, making pasta and drinking wine.
Think about this, bro. American wrestling fans smell. Imagine the European wrestling fans, bro. They don't even got deodorant out there.
Oh,
It's
fuck.
over with,
Oh,
bro.
I didn't
It's
think
over
about
with.
that. Oh,
It's
man.
over with, bro.
We gotta ask Belle next time she's in here, bro. We gotta ask her if these shows smell. Do these shows reek?
They gotta reek.
Bro. Saturday night's main event. According to WrestleVotes, the next Saturday night's main event is planned for July in Madison Square Garden. That's great for them. It's again, it would be nice.
You get a fucking
It would be nice if people gave a shit about these Saturday night main event shows, but yeah, there you go. If you guys are interested,
it'd be nice if MSG got like a real show, but they don't.
Yeah.
So if you're interested, go ahead.
There you
Waste your
go.
money.
There you go. Poor Chelsea Green, bro. She's coming off a fucking ankle injury. She's got to deal with sloppy drunk wrestling fans probably thinking they have a shot with her off of some wine. Wonderful.
At least let me see Matt Cardona so I can roast him or something.
So sad, bro. So sad.
It's so sad, dude.
According to the Wrestling Observer, people within NXT reportedly feel this past week's show was terrible. Uncle Dave says, you realize that, like, this NXT show on Tuesday was so ungodly terrible, it was just a horrifically booked show. You had all these fans. It's better than Collision will ever be. Wow, that's coming from Dave. And it's actually it's actually a great show. Meanwhile, you hear from people in NXT, they're like, yeah, that show's just terrible. It was just terrible. What are these people's thoughts on NXT for like the other 51 weeks out of the year?
Say I genuinely didn't hear a single thing about that episode of NXT.
You didn't?
Usually you hear. I didn't. I think I might have if you like read something off to me of like
Johnny
what happened.
Gargano?
Okay, there. That's the only thing I remember is that horrible ass Gargano shit. Other than that, it was. What else different do I hear every week from NXT? You know what I mean?
What did you think was going to happen when Johnny Gargano was sad while he was wrestling to the point where Candice had to push him on top of his opponent to win the match? And now he's facing Miles Bourne at TakeOver. Sorry, I can't disrespect the TakeOver name. At Stand and Deliver.
Yeah, that ain't TakeOver no more.
Yeah, it's over. TakeOver is over.
It is over,
bro. This is great that they're finally starting to get a grip. 5 years later, that this NXT show's pretty horrible throughout the weeks.
enough, man, and I'm sure nothing will change, man. I'm sure nothing will change.
Nothing at all will change.
No.
So that is everything for WWE, man. And now moving on here to the AEW stories, man. We only got a couple, but with that, we got some AEW for you guys. But before we get into all that good stuff, an official word from our sponsor here at NHP. We got a word from W Energy, man. W is an energy drink loaded with vitamins and nootropics formulated to improve focus without getting the jitters. W is a clean formula, sugar-free, zero-calorie, free from fillers and artificial colorings, with 150 milligrams of caffeine per serving. You can get your W products today with the link below and code NHP at checkout to save yourselves 10% on your next W purchase.
Truly, always got to shout out W. Whether workout, whatever you may need the energy for, man. Maybe you need all the energy. Maybe you're bummed after spending $11,000 to make pasta with Grayson Waller, man. If you want to have the energy after that, man, after spending all that money, you need the energy and the focus to not do that ever again. W got you, man. It'll give you all that, and it'll taste good all at the same time. Truly, always. Gotta shout out W.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, as always, to the official sponsor of what we do here at Notorious Heels. Thank you, as always, to W. AEW, man. Well, I guess this is kind of pertaining to WWE as Ronda Rousey.
Tony.
Ronda Rousey, according to Mike Johnson, a PW insider, Ronda Rousey is not expected back in AEW anytime soon. Her appearance at Revolution was, as of now, just a one-off designed to promote her MMA return and appear in support of Marina Shafir. Since Revolution was local for Rousey and in the same market as her fight against Gina Carano, it was just a moment where it made sense for all involved, since all the conversations or all the constellations were aligned. And then the Observer went on to say one person close to Rousey said that the appearance at Revolution would just fit into her vendetta against TKO for negotiating with her for over a year for the Gina Carano fight, and then to just change terms on the offer, which does line up with Ronda Rousey. She was recently on record saying something along the lines of, AEW is a adult version of a WWE show, and how she loved being at Revolution because it felt like a fuck you to the TKO group. So it seems like this was more of an anti-TKO, let's stick it to WWE and TKO thing rather than it was Ronda Rousey showing up in AEW. Probably for the better. At least the last time we seen Ronda Rousey, it was not very good in a professional wrestling ring. But at the end of the day, I don't know why Tony Khan agreed to that well, I mean, I know why he agreed to it. It was a stick it to WWE. But at the end of the day, you just put Ronda on the show with absolutely no substance whatsoever. So that's sort of a questionable decision, but that's what she wanted to do to promote her new fight. So that's that is that. Which her new fight, let me see. Is it even? Oh no, I don't think it is in the UFC. I think it's just on a Netflix special. So yeah, I guess this was truly just to stick it to WWE and TKO, and I guess I'm assuming this was originally supposed to be a UFC type of thing, but it says TKO was renegotiating the offer with her, which, I mean, they have a problem with paying their fighters anyway, so
Yeah.
there you go. But yeah, that was why Ronda was at Revolution, and it doesn't seem she's going to be back, which again, like I said, I see why Tony Khan did it. He obviously wanted to stick it to WWE, but at the end of the day, what does that really do? That doesn't really move the needle for anybody involved other than Ronda's anti-TKO agenda.
Yeah, exactly. It was really a waste of Tony Khan's time and their TV time, and the fans' interest time. You did a whole pull apart thing, and apparently it means nothing because that was just basically a stupid little one-off appearance. Wasted your own time, Tony. This is exactly what you were very good for a while at, is not doing, is these little random fuck yous to the company. You don't need them. You don't need to do this, man. Hopefully that stays just a little one-off incident. Um, and if I was Tony, I would just move on. As for Ronda, I mean, I don't blame her in a way. TKO and UFC fucking suck with paying people. I get her vendetta. As for Tony Khan, I don't know why you would let it bleed onto your own television.
100%. Tom says, doesn't her dumbass know her fight is on Netflix like Raw?
She probably didn't think about it like that, and it would actually be hilarious if they make WWE advertise for that.
That would be
That
pretty
would be
funny,
funny.
bro. That would be
That would
pretty
be funny.
funny. That could have very well been why she did it. So, speaking of Tony Storm, the person that was involved in this little pull apart with Rowdy Ronda, according to Uncle Dave, it is unknown why Tony Storm has not been cleared to compete, but it is not an injury or anything like that, and she is expected to be out for a long, long time. AEW was under the impression that she would be wrestling on Dynamite this past week, but were forced to do an emergency angle and take her out for her murder mystery attacker angle. This is leading a lot of people to think that she is pregnant. Whether she is pregnant or not, we do not know, but the juice could very well be loose.
Yeah. Juice could be loose, man. It really could be. We could have a juice box running around in a few months, man. Either way, hope everything's going well for her health wise, whatever it is, man.
Yeah.
And it's gonna suck that she's not gonna be on TV, but it's gonna help her in the long run if it makes sense that she's not gonna be on TV for a little bit. Because that return, it's gonna hit, man. I already can tell you right now, it's gonna hit.
For sure. For sure. Yes. Hope everything is okay. No matter what it's regarding to, whether she's pregnant or not, hope everything's okay with Tony. And she gets the break or time off that she is looking for, bro. We actually have plans for Tony Storm. According to Uncle Dave as well, all plans until the afternoon of the March 18th edition of AEW Dynamite were for Tony Storm to defeat Marina Shafir in their no-holds-barred match. This would have led to a program with Tekla over the AEW Women's World title. after AEW found out Storm couldn't wrestle due to a situation that isn't an injury, the decision was made to go with the mystery attacker angle.
She
Tony,
can't dodge a bullet with that one.
she definitely did dodge a bullet with that one. And I think too, that probably isn't really the most interesting option for Tony anyway. So, which I mean, Tony Storm's been involved with the AEW Women's World Championship for so long. A feud with Tekla for the World Championship didn't really pique my interest. I also didn't really care. No disrespect to Tony, I think she's the best woman in the company. In terms of the female roster, I think she's the best in the ring. I think she's the most complete. I really think she's the most complete in the business, in my personal opinion. But at the end of the day, I just don't think she really needed to have another run at the world title again. I don't at all. And I'm not even really a fan of Tekla, but I can even say I don't really think Tony Storm was the one to beat her for the championship. However, again, shit, spread the wealth, bro. There's so many women on that roster that could use the AEW Women's World Championship, and that could beat Tekla for it, whether it's a Willow, whether it's a Chris Statlander, whether it's a somebody, I don't know. They got a bunch of names. Of course, I'm blanking right now, but they literally have so many names. Athena, so many names on that AEW Women's roster that could benefit from a World Championship rather than somebody who's held it 3 or 4 times over at this point.
Exactly, man. I love Tony. I think it would have been very oversaturated if she would have just went and probably won the world title again that soon after her last one. Let time want more title reigns and all that, man. I think now we will have the chance to, and just have somebody else beat Tekla for it. Obviously, Jamie Hayter, fucking somebody, dude, somebody.
Yes, Jamie Hayter is a great. That's a great suggestion. Yes, yes, please put Jamie Hayter. Alex Windsor is in that women's division too. I mean, they have so many women, bro. You don't have to keep going back to Tony Storm. I mean, again, you have spread the wealth, bro. Spread the wealth.
Please.
Speaking of Thekla, or as Excalibur says, Tekka.
Tekka.
She's doing her match on Wednesday, and he's like, and a whip into the barricade by Tekka. I'm sorry, Thekla. I'm sorry.
Tekka, I'm sorry, Tekla. Oh, brother, just stop.
Tekka has signed a new multi-year deal with AEW, according to Fightful. She reportedly signed a 2-year contract when she joined AEW. However, the company has been so happy with her performance, they just had to lock her down long term. Wow, that's wonderful. That's just wonderful. They're over the moon with Tekla's performance. Tekla is not even the best one in her group, in my opinion. She's the worst one in her group, to be quite honest with you guys. I think Tekla's good in the ring. In terms of like whatever charisma she's got going on, dude, she is one of the worst acts I've ever seen in that women's division. Her on the mic, that is so that man. She's bad. She's bad on the mic.
Oh, yeah, bad on the mic, man. Good in the ring, bad on the mic. So she's gonna be in AEW longer. Good for her. Good for Tony, I guess. He found another fucking favorite. We'll see how it goes with time. If she gets better, if she gets worse, whatever.
Yes, which to be fair, somebody like that doesn't somebody who can't talk but is great in the ring. She is right at home. I'll give her that. That is the place for AEW talents. You know, Tony loves him somebody who can't talk but can put on a very good match. So it's a very Tony
You gotta
Khan
love that.
signing.
It is.
Wardlow. Actually, let's go over this AEW Plus stuff first. So AEW Plus. The Join AEW Plus page on Triller TV states that AEW Plus is no longer open to new signups. New users are being directed to My AEW. AEW Plus is no longer open for sign up, which was their little like streaming platform for Triller TV and I think Fight, which is no longer available and is rerouting people to My AEW. The AEW Plus service has been available since 2019 and provides subscribers with live access to commercial-free episodes of Dynamite and Collision, as well as the content library of AEW's non-pay-per-view programming, which includes Dynamite, Collision, Rampage, and Battle of the Belts. With that, another AEW platform in AEW Unrestricted has also shut down. So AEW is getting rid of AEW Plus on Fight and Triller TV, as well as AEW Unrestricted admits their AEW MyAEW.com launching. So if you are of the overseas audience, then it looks like they are just completely rerouting everybody to the MyAEW.com. And as far as AEW Unrestricted goes, that actually used to be a very fun podcast, and then it just turned into the AEW Burger Pod, where they just completely, it turned into a company podcast, bro. I think they took Tony Schiavone off of there and they replaced him with Will Washington. So there you go. There you go. Yeah. So both of those have shut down. So if you were a fan of those, then they are completely done, man. So I actually really used to fuck with AEW Unrestricted. They used to actually do some pretty cool shows. They used to have some pretty cool podcasts, some pretty cool guests on, and they used to ask some pretty interesting questions. But the ones of the past couple years have just been very company podcasts. So
Have been very company podcast, so I'm not really gonna miss it. I've long missed it, so it's kind of too late now. And rerouting everything to My AEW, and it just does make sense.
there you go. Wardlow. According to Fightful, Wardlow was backstage at AEW Revolution in Los Angeles. According to reports, the former TNT champion was visiting backstage but has not been a part of AEW creative plans. There is no word on if AEW has started a plan for his return or if he has been cleared to compete. Why every time Wardlow gets hurt, nobody has a fucking clue about anything? Why is this?
They really don't. They have no clue about Wardlow, whether he's good, whether he's not, a timeline, a real timeline, a fake timeline. They never know, man. Maybe he keeps it close to the chest, which is good for him, but that means we have no clue, because they have no clue.
Goodness sake! Every time we hear about this guy being gone, man. Oh, nobody knows about his creative plans. Nobody knows about this. Nobody knows how he's doing. What are we doing? What are we doing, man? He was backstage, so I'm sure that maybe something was talked about him coming back possibly soon. Get this guy. Get him on television or get him the fuck out of the company. If it was up to me, bro, just please get him the fuck out of the company, man. I can't with this anymore. I just get him in WWE. So even if it fails, at least the guy could say he tried at this point.
Exactly. Let's let's just move on to something else. Try something else, even if it don't work out, man. At this point, please.
So, with our final AEW story for the day, Chris Jericho has recently, according to the USPTO, on March 25th, Chris Jericho has filed for the trademark Cornerstone for pro wrestling news and information, entertainment services, namely wrestling exhibits, performances, shirts, sweatshirts, hooded sweatshirts, hats, bandanas, socks, and etc. Cornerstone. I don't know about you. This kind of makes me feel like he's going back
He's
to
coming back.
AEW.
I think he is, dude. I think he is. I don't know if he's just gonna come back for now, and then when his contract comes up, he's still gonna leave for WWE. Because everything we hear, this motherfucker's locked in for a while with this company
Yeah.
still. So maybe he's like, fuck it. Wow, I might as well just do shit on TV while all this time. Or maybe he's locked back in with Tony Khan, and they got on the same head again, and maybe they got something going. Either way, on the same boat as you. I think he's returned to AEW, man, and he's gonna be the cornerstone. Don't really know what it entails. All I hope for with him, if he is coming back to AEW television, is for Tony to know the limits of Chris Jericho, of TV time, scale, how much we see him, how involved he is with other people. I do love Jericho at the end of the day, man. He's a legend. He's amazing. His last run wasn't that good. So walk on eggshells with this one, man. Please. That's all I could ask.
Yes, when I seen the name Cornerstone, I was like, well, he's obviously not a. I wouldn't really say he's a cornerstone of WWE. But who's one guy that constantly gets the credit for lifting AEW off the ground for real? It's Jericho. You could truly say he's a cornerstone of that company. So, this obviously leads me to believe that he is coming back to AEW, and it looks like he will be the cornerstone. I just hope this isn't anything like the Learning Tree. This isn't an overly gimmick. We know Chris Jericho loves his reinventions and his names and his, you know,
Gimmicks.
yeah. So I really hope, I really hope that it just goes good. Like you said, I hope that Tony understands the limits and he knows what Jericho can and can't do and what he should and shouldn't be doing, who he should and shouldn't be involved with. I just hope they know where to step. So again, yeah, I would be I would be proceeding with caution for this one, man, because again, I am very scared, being that the last time we seen Chris Jericho, he was running a segment called TV Time with the Learning Tree. And he was playing a happy-go-lucky old man that was starving for TV time. It was bad. It was really bad. It was so fucking bad, dude. So I hope that I hope it's something more enjoyable. All I can ask is I hope it's more enjoyable than what we seen from him the last time. So that's what I'm hoping for. But we will have to wait and see. But yes, this does lead me to believe that Jericho will be on his way back to the land of the All Elite.
I think he will be.
So yeah, that is everything for all the news here today for you guys, man. And with that, that is going to do it. That is going to do it. Thank you guys, as always, for joining us, man. Everybody in the Replay Mafia, everybody who pulled up in the live chat. We got my guy, Tom. We got Rage. We got Manager Logan. Thank you guys, as always, for joining us. And with that being said, that is going to do it for this edition of NHP. This has been episode 311. Thank you guys, as always. And it has been always a pleasure for my Johnny. And that is going to do it for this edition of the news. This has been episode 311. Thank you guys so very much. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you all on Monday after Raw with NHP Unscripted.
Peace.